here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this bottle, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin power, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey everybody, what's going on, people? Happy Monday. We are back for another weekend's on, girl. I had a real eventful weekend. Okay, I had stuff to do. I had a new dog, girl, it's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you have not checked out my most recent uploads, please make sure to go and do that, because we already put out P Valley, down in a valley where the girls get naked. We did that, you know what I'm saying? If you are a member, if you're a part of my Patreon, my membership, my website, bondyblueshow.com, where there's exclusive content, and I will be working on things to put up on there this week, I promise. But yes, if you are a member, Love and Marriage Huntsville already happened yesterday. And then I also put out a rash of reality for the disappointment that was Marriage Boot Camp, and then Commit or Quit. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check those out, you absolutely should. Okay, you guys, give me a second, because I am currently trying to make sure I'm recording on my computer as well, because I just want to, have a clean version of this just in case something happens, because something always happens. Okay. 1 second, y'all. I hope everybody had a really good weekend. My weekend was good. It was eventful. I'm going through a little anxiety currently, because you get a new dog and it's like you're all excited and it's like, oh my God, it's a new dog. And it's a baby, and I haven't had a baby in years, y'all. Olivia was born in 2012. We got her in October 2012. And Barack hasn't been a baby since 2009. So I haven't had any small dogs, small animals in a house like that. And he's so adorable. I want to eat him. He's adorable. My mom wants to turn him into a bag. I okay, Koala Deville. I'll make sure not to leave my dog with you. Jokes, you guys, jokes. They're okay. We've had them together, every day. We'll kind of bring them in the same room. Barack is old, so Barack don't be feeling like being bothered. He just wants to lay down. Olivia, on the other hand, child, she be I don't know. She I'm smelling him. He's smelling me. I don't know. So I'm just giving him time, but she what the fuck is this? Olivia is very much, what is this? Okay. So we're just giving them time. And y'all know they have their own space. So, with Juvie, we've had Juvie in a crate in the house. We're trying to crate train Juvie, because neither Olivia or Barack Barack used to be. But Barack is no longer crate trained, and neither is Olivia. They just have a space, and then they be outside. So they go outside, they use the bathroom, they come back into the house, and then at night they go in their space in the garage, because neither one of them sleep long enough for me. Okay, I came with the around the floor all day. Okay. But yeah, now we have 3 dogs, but everybody's good. Lyric has to take Olivia to the vet today so she can make sure that she has all her shots and stuff so that she doesn't make the baby sick. So, child. She on his insurance. Barack is on mine. We have to put Juvie on mine because ain't nobody got time to be dealing with how Lyric. Girl, listen, I love me a little payment plan real quick, real fast. Call me when I need to make an appointment. Lyric is like, send a reminder in the mail. I'll come on down to the SPCA. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. But anyway, y'all, just a little in my life, okay? But my little baby is adorable and I love him so much. He's so fat. He's sleeping right now, though, y'all. I'm just giving everybody a chance to come into the room. I have my graphics ready now. Y'all, weekends on wasn't really much. It wasn't really much going on at all. Like the episodes were kind of like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about put a ring on it first. Girl. First of all, before we even get into my notes, y'all know they put it out there that Charlie was pregnant, right? They put it out there that Charlie's pregnant. And we were all like, I mean, that's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad, baby. Girlfriend, she wasn't disrespectful. In fact, she's 100% sure. It's giving this is gonna be a trial and a tribulation. It's giving this about to stress me the fuck out. Like I just kind of feel like having a baby for Otis when Otis is already, you know what I'm saying? Like Otis is already like playing mind games with you. He's already exhausting, Charlie. You know what I'm saying? Like he's already exhausting. And so you're going to have a baby by him. He going to have another way to control you. Girl, I don't think it's safe. I'm trying to find a post cuz I want to make sure that I pull the post up. But it just feel like it ain't safe. Like why you do that? Why you want to go and do that? Why you want to go and do that? She said she was pregnant for him the whole time, y'all. I just kind of feel like if that's what you want to do, Charlena, then that's great. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. I want to make sure I pick the right one because it's the one okay. I'm about to share my screen because we got to look at things because girl, it's too bad. It's too bad, baby. I can't get the the Mary J. Blige of it all out my head. I really can't. Yeah, they said she was pregnant before the show started. And I still feel the same way. I feel like you had the same opportunity not to get pregnant for this toxic ass, before. Like, but anyway, this is what it says. Chef O Kitchen will be an amazing father. I'm sorry what you all saw was a terrible representation of us both, but I can promise you we will be just fine. And baby OC will be the luckiest and happiest baby ever. All that drama is behind us. We are hashtag happy. She says, I hate that I had to explain this. I literally kept quiet about the most important and happiest moment of my life. Do you know how stressful that is? I couldn't see friends. I literally couldn't have a baby shower, and I didn't even feel comfortable going out in public. I was awkward with fans. I stayed at home unhappy because we didn't want to reveal it. Why? This is my first child. I've literally stayed inside crying and feeling like a terrible friend. Some of my friends weren't aware. It's hard. And what would be my reason for doing it so that people are surprised? This is a real a precious life here. And I've prayed so much for peace and a very healthy baby, considering the amount of stress. We are happy parents and we just want to love our child like crazy. She says, I held my pregnancy for almost my whole damn pregnancy. I don't have to do anything regarding my life, my baby, and my mental health. Lucky I held it this long. I'm almost due. Okay. I guess people felt like she should have kept it to herself for longer. Okay, I didn't know if that was like a real wedding or not. I didn't know. I wanted to make sure. Okay, yeah, he's gonna be a good father. Put her on the spot. Okay, yeah, we know we were there. Let me see. Can't. Okay, yeah. Finally had a baby shower. A few months ago. Okay, so you were doing things. Okay, Charlena. So can I say that I feel like, so was it okay, let me a baby is a blessing. To two capable people, a baby is even more of a blessing. But Charlena, the last time, girl, I saw you on TV, you were crying. And the man that you are having a baby with was sitting there looking at you as if, I don't know what to do with that. I I I don't know what to do with that. She's crying. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I say all that. I dramatize and say all that to say, how is that going to translate with a baby? How is that going to translate when you need help? How is that going to translate when you're tired, when you feel like he's not doing as much as you? How is that going to translate? I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like having a father that's emotionally unavailable may not be like the best situation. So to ignore everything that you guys were told, everything that was shown on the show, so that you can now act like it was a representation, therefore, i.e., editing, girl, the man took pleasure in finding ways to hurt your feelings. Like, long game. I'm going to hold something in my back pocket until the right moment so I can make my woman look bad in front of other people. The psyche behind a man that tries that hard to make you feel bad, Charlie, a baby with them. You really think that you've put your drama in the past? You really think having a baby for Otis is going to put you guys in a better situation? You think that we believe your stress during your pregnancy is only due to the fact that you wanted to stay quiet about it so it could be a surprise for a whole bunch of people that don't fucking matter? And girlfriend, she wasn't disrespectful. In fact, she's 100% sure. And how can I argue with her holding a baby with eyes like yours? She said it's your child. And it really messed me up. I'm sorry, y'all. Wanting eyes hurting me. It's not the same situation, but it's the same situation. Like, yeah, no, there's not another woman involved, but you just brought a baby into a toxic ass situation. And as much as y'all showcase yourselves like, well to do, we got it together, we're professionals, we're attractive, you know what I'm saying? It's giving, we want to do the Mel and Martell thing. Okay. It's giving, we want to be a power couple by way of own. You know what I'm saying? And that's cute. Girl, I guess. I guess I just feel like Otis completely ignored everything that Dr. Nicole said to him on this last episode. Completely, my hair's still wet, y'all. Completely ignored everything that Dr. Nicole said. Everything was like, well, it's up to me and Charlie. Y'all, I'm just gonna be alfalfa with this little piece of hair that won't leave me alone. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway. Some women start process. I'm like, girl, that man let you sit at a table and cry and he wouldn't feed you. The chef would not feed his woman because she came home from a date he agreed she could go out on with flowers and told you were dirty and wouldn't let you eat none of the salmon that he sat there cooking. And now, he give you this little whack ass apology and finds those shirt. And it's like, oh no, the representation was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, Listen. I mean, I guess, girl. I want people to be happy. You know, I love people. I want all motherfuckers to be in love. Shout out to Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Otis does not feel like he's going to be able to emotionally support a fucking dog, let alone a pregnant woman. But good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, I look like a man. That's great. That makes me feel good. Otis, the type that will question her ability to be a mother. That's what it seems like they want that Mel and Martell glow up. It's like every couple on the show wanted to endure struggle so that they can prove to the public that they made it work. Pregnancy is a beautiful experience, but you will really know how a man truly feels after the baby's birth. Sometimes it makes a man better, sometimes it doesn't. Hashtag good luck and my Jamie, that's me voice. Okay, good luck. Really, yes. All the extra stress he put her through too while she was pregnant was terrible to watch. Exactly. Now that we know that, and he knew you was pregnant that whole time. Like, I want to know how long during the process did he know you were pregnant? Because to me, if he knew you were pregnant and he was like actively even like y'all just think about how this man sat there on this last episode. Let's get into the notes. So the couples meet with Dr. Nicole. Shorty comes in alone. Ken comes in alone. The energy is weird. Everybody can tell something is off. Dr. Nicole says, you want to tell everybody, you know, what has happened over the weekend. Shorty says we have absolutely and without a doubt unequivocally broke the fuck up. Okay. Like we are not together anymore. His shit is in a bag somewhere outside of my domain. Okay. He felt the need to be extremely disrespectful. He says that she couldn't smell her own shit. You know what I'm saying? I was being too real with her and she ain't like it. It's like, no, nigga, she was being too real with you. And not only did you not like it, but the world did not like it either. The way y'all be in the comments talking about, oh, she was abusing him. She was talking to him bad. She was bashing him. This man sat there and called her a whack ass bitch while living off of her. What? Y'all gonna stop feeling sorry for these niggas these days. Okay? Y'all gonna really stop feeling sorry for these niggas. Like, y'all really gonna stop. Like, I'm really gonna need for y'all to stand up. I'm gonna need for y'all to stop being so thirsty for some dude you don't know. I'm really gonna need for y'all to stop. I did see Shorty's Instagram live. I saw Shorty's Instagram live. And I'm 100% on her side. Like, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what anybody's talking about. If she didn't call him a loser, a bum, bitch ass fuck nigga in our faces, if we didn't see or hear that type of language, just telling him you want women that you can't afford to have, you're a liar, you're disingenuous, those things, if that's bashing, nigga, that's the truth. I'll be a basher all day. Y'all really be out here thinking that somebody's supposed to feel bad about that shit. Don't nobody give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry. But even like I was seeing something this weekend, y'all. I'm not sure who the person is because I haven't looked into it, but I kept seeing these posts where they were blaming this woman because this man flipped out and killed her new boyfriend and did something to her. So now Lil Duval and everybody are posting about how women need to make sure that we're not with crazy niggas anymore so that they don't end up getting hurt. And then they got people really saying it like, because if you don't, if you playing games, you know what I'm saying, then that's on you. You the one that was with that crazy ass. Not him for being crazy, not him for not being able to control himself, not him for being entitled and feeling like a woman is a piece of property that he can control, and when she moves on he has the right to see her as a possession. Not all of that we need to work on in this society. Let's totally ignore all of that shit, right? And let's make sure that women are making sure that niggas like Kenneth know we're not together anymore. So when a bitch come on a reality show to break up with a nigga, everybody needs to understand why. Because if something happens to her, there'll be people online still blaming her for whatever he decided to do. Because it was her fault, right? It's always her fault, right? It's always her fault. It's always her fault, right? It's never the man's fault, right? It's not Kenneth's fault for actually being a bum ass nigga, right? If a man is paying bills, nobody questions that he's paying bills. If a man is paying bills, nobody questions if he's paying bills. Not in real life. I don't know many men that's handling the paper and they women are out here like, he got me paying all the bills. No woman does that. No woman wants to lie and look like a fool and say that she got a big grown ass man living in the house with her. And the agreement is that she unhappily pays most of the bills. Girl, no. Nobody is out here repping that like that's a choice that they would make. Okay? He lied. Niggas lie. Niggas perpetrate. They pretend to be more on than they are. I just need to understand where Dr. Nicole was in this process. That's what I need to understand. Because I feel like there was a lot of contempt from Dr. Nicole. And I don't know what the situation was. I don't know what it was about. I'm really interested. I know that Dr. Nicole and them probably did a live today, but I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. Thank you, Courtney, for the super chat. Did you see Shorty's live where she said Dr. Nicole acted funny towards her? I also saw somewhere that Dr. Nicole defended Ken on Little Black Book. Okay, see, I didn't even watch it, but honestly, I don't feel like you can defend Ken to me. I don't feel like any grown woman should be out here defending Ken. It absolutely Shorty has no respect for Dr. Nicole. It seems like that now. It seems like that now. It didn't seem like that during the process. But I do, and listen, I was more so on the line of thinking maybe Dr. Nicole just didn't want to agitate the situation because she saw that Kenneth was, unhinged. So maybe I don't want to directly call him to task, because if I do, it may cause, a blow up that we don't need. And I don't know, maybe that was the case. But there was also a level of not validating what Shorty was feeling about the things that Kenneth was doing. Why were we not discussing that he took pictures of her credit cards and her bank statements? Why are we not talking about the fact that he stalked her to get back with her? Why are we not talking about these things? Like, make me understand. Because she damn sure said something to Otis about his lack of accountability, about the way he digests the things that Charlena says with some weird fucking filter, just like Ken does. Like, I don't know. Dr. Nicole was sick of dealing with Shorty being pressed for a man that she knew wasn't together. Dr. Nicole, in so many ways, was telling her to leave. And I understand that, but as a therapist in this process, you don't have like the room to show your disdain with somebody in this therapy like situation. First of all, this is a fucking show. So it has a time frame on it. You're not about to be here for another 5 weeks talking to these people about their relationship. So why exactly are you, you know what I'm saying, feeling like this about it? It's a process, right? And to me, anybody that will call themselves a doctor in that way, you know what I'm saying, of therapy, and I'm not questioning her credentials when I say that, but I'm just saying, it takes a while sometimes for women to unravel themselves from abusive relationships. She was definitely defending Ken in the last after show. What did she say? The vetting process needs to be better on this show and Married at First Sight. I'm gonna have to go watch it to see what she said. It seems Dr. Nicole was under his spell too. I don't know what spell motherfuckers could have been under. I'm not sure. I don't even understand. She didn't show her disdain. She simply could no longer be of service to them. Neither was ready to do the work. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. Neither of them was ready to do the work. Great Enigma. I don't agree. Thank you. I did, Tony. I posted it on my Instagram and on my community page. Thank you so much. I have them next to my record player. I really did. I haven't had a chance to wear my t-shirt yet, but thank you. I appreciate you. The fact that nobody tried to help her is truly sick. Like, I just kind of feel like, where was the compassion for Shorty is what I'm saying in this process. Like, she didn't get a one-on-one with Dr. Nicole throughout the entire process, which I need to understand why. Like, it was, to me, it just kind of gave off like I just want to know. I want to understand. I want Dr. Nicole to explain to me, because I don't understand her defending Kenneth. Like, I don't understand that. Okay, y'all felt like we didn't talk to the man soft enough. We are so sorry. She sent him on his way though. So what now? Like, oh Lord. I know where the after show is. I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet. I know where the after show is. I know they do the after show. I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it. Because it's not vital to my review. Because at the end of the day, what matters to my review is what happened on the show. And I feel like there was definitely not enough conversation with either of them about what we were seeing. Like, Ken is undefendable. This man looks like he could be physical with her. I felt away when she basically told her to leave the mic and go. And that was the moment that I felt like it showed some type of contempt, because Shorty was like, can y'all make sure he's gone before me? And she just kind of and shook her head. And it, to me, it felt like contempt. It felt like disappointment. What are you disappointed in when she says, I just want to make sure that he's gone before I go? Like, let me understand. I'm gonna have to go and watch Dr. Nicole. I don't have time to pull it up right now. But I just need to understand why there was no, I feel like, emotional support in this situation. There was more emotional support shown to Shea, who I feel like is on bullshit, than Shorty. Like, I don't understand, y'all. I don't understand. If we were actually having conversations on the show about what Kenneth was doing, then I would feel better about it. But I just feel like we were totally like not talking about any of the shit that he was saying or that he was doing throughout the process. To Shorty. And fine. Can't nobody have compassion for somebody who chooses to stay with a man that stole their bank records. Well, I think that's a lie. I think you can have compassion for somebody who stays with a man. And like, what do you mean stay? She's not with him anymore. Like, she's not with him anymore. They broke up. She used the show to break up with him. So how is it that you can say you can't have compassion for somebody who chose to stay? Like, it's an abusive relationship. Do people not understand what an abusive relationship is? Like, I'm wondering. I mean, Shorty said a lot about everything that she did. She tried to get a restraining order, but you have to have an address for that. You have to show physical evidence that he did something to you. He wasn't putting his hands on her, but he was absolutely stalking her, which is another thing that's hard to prove. So I'm wondering how it is that we can have all this compassion for a man that's taking advantage of a woman that's completely out of control, that's a bum, that doesn't want to take care of himself, that wants somebody else to pay his way. How can we feel more sorry for him than we do for the woman who is obviously in a relationship that is abusive, where she is being used, where she is being made out to be some bad guy or made out to be an abuser when she in fact is being abused? Somebody that's stalking you, somebody that's making it hard for you to leave them by threatening you with destroying your livelihood, with taking pictures of your money so that they can send themselves money from your account. Like, all of those things that he's doing is abuse. And it makes it harder to leave somebody. And do y'all understand how men get even more heightened and upset when a woman leaves them? Have y'all not seen Kenneth's YouTube page where he posts all of those videos of her while she's under the covers or in a bathroom and shit? Like, it was very much giving creepy. It was very much giving obsessed. It was very much giving, I am obsessed with this woman. I'm going to tell y'all what it reminded me of. Have y'all seen P-Valley yet? If you haven't seen P-Valley yet, you should check out my review. But Derek watching every video that Mississippi does, but I just want you to stay here, and using her and having her pay bills, but then acting like, it really bothers him that he can't go out in the world and work. But ultimately, he's happy to have her stuck in that house paying all of their bills. If you can't see the similarities between those two situations, I don't even know what to tell you, because I see the similarities between those two situations. I personally am from Louisiana and know men like Kenneth. So that's why I don't know what everybody else is seeing. I don't. But I personally feel like even if you feel like the biggest thing Shorty was supposed to do is leave sooner, up against everything that Ken has done, that still makes her a victim and still does not make him a victim, and it still doesn't make him some poor bruised young man that everybody needs to feel sorry for. No, he needs to be a grown-ass man and stand on his own 2 feet. He needs people to stop babying him, pacifying him, and telling him that he's great and exceptional for doing fucking nothing. Okay? That's what y'all are on. And everybody is not on that bullshit with y'all where we lie to these men so that they won't be accountable for how they show up in the world. You're not exceptional, my nigga. If you're not proving it, if you're not doing anything, if you don't have your own place, if you don't have your own situation going on separate from a woman, you're not all of that, my nigga. You're not. And yeah, it's her fault that at 40, only 4 years older than him, mind you. You're right. 4 years older than him, she should have known better. Okay. But there are a lot of you old bitches that are with men y'all know y'all shouldn't be with, that y'all are lifers with. Y'all ain't going nowhere. They cheating on y'all right now. Okay. You paying bills and getting fucked over right now. But somehow, everybody wants to feel sorry for a man like Kenneth. I would feel comfortable throwing insults at somebody who abused me in front of people as well. I don't know where y'all get this, that because somebody is being abused, that means they always need to be like this. No. Sometimes I'm angry. Sometimes I'm frustrated. It's called a range of emotions. Like, everybody that's abused is not going to act the way you think they should act. And that does not mean that they're not being abused. If you want to be with an abusive nigga, just go be with one. But don't tell other people that they should be okay with that behavior because you don't see an issue with it. Just say you like being abused and go get yourself some fucking help and get out of our faces. But what we're not going to do is sit up here and act like what this man was doing was okay and that we're all tripping and being so hard on Ken. We're being so hard on Ken. He a grown-ass man, a big grown-ass man at that. The fuck out of here with this. Pacifying baby and grown-ass men so y'all can make black women out to seem like they're always the reason for something. Let these men be accountable for something in their fucking lives. For God's sakes. For God's sakes, let the man be accountable for himself in some capacity. Jesus Christ. I don't know why y'all need to put on capes to save men who don't know y'all. I don't know why y'all need to put on capes for men who do know y'all. That's a man. What you caping for him for? It's a whole man. I don't understand. What do you think a man is? A child? Do you think a man is a baby? Do you think a man is some fucking invalid that can't take care of himself? If that's the case, that's not a man, baby. You have your definitions confused. You have your definitions confused. If he a man and he can handle himself and he all that like y'all say, then stop trying to beat that lady down so that he could have some defense team on the internet. If he's so great, let that man stand on his own 2 feet. Because see, a real man don't need no women caping for him. A real man don't need a whole bunch of women to come and buck for him online so that he can feel special. A real man gonna feel special all on his own because he got his own shit going on. I know these women triggered, and that's why I'm keeping my foot on their fucking neck. You need to hear this. Because y'all go too hard. Y'all do too much. And if I hurt your feelings, and if it applies to you, be mad. Because it's the truth. Be mad. But digest it. Take a deep breath. Get over it. Process it. Help yourself out. But don't be mad at me because, listen, at the end of the day, I ain't got no dog in this fight. My nigga ain't abusing me. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and move on from there. Dr. Nicole, you could have shown a little bit more consideration for Shorty. It looked callous to me on the TV. It looked callous. It looked like there wasn't a lot of consideration. It seemed like disappointment and contempt. It seemed as if you had more patience for Shea and her foolishness. Okay? Shea is on bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why Shea is on bullshit. Because Shea just wants to showcase a certain demeanor. Child, you hit dogs will holler. Child, y'all hit dogs know y'all love to holler. We move on to the other couples after they leave. Okay, Shea and Fonzo are on the road to forgiveness, but they still have work to do. And Dr. Nicole says she could forgive him for herself. She needs to forgive him for herself. Shea says that she can't hold him to how his baby mama and his mom feel. Charlie says she's jealous of the growth. This is the last episode. Shea and I'm gonna tell you the only thing that's going on with Shea and Alfonso that makes them better than Otis and Charlie. First of all, Alfonso is just a womanizer. Okay, it doesn't seem like he intentionally tries to hurt Shea, but he just is who he is, and he's just trying to figure out a way to be who he is, give her a little bit of what she wants so she can leave him the fuck alone, because he wants to be with her. She's beautiful. She appreciates the lifestyle that he can provide her. She's a beautiful arm piece. For now, she'll do. Okay, I'm just saying, because I don't know if this is forever. I don't know them people, but if it is, great for them. But to me, Shea is gonna go back to being the same, and I do feel like Alfonso has heart for Shea. He cares about her. Like, I do feel like he doesn't want to hurt her, but he also wants to do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and he just wants her to just deal with it. Like, let him cheat in peace, basically, which I wish Shea would do. I wish that but you have to include her in on the family. You have to make her the main girl. You have to let all the hoes know, and you have to keep your hoes in their place. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how to do this respectful cheating shit. Okay, Marcel been teaching y'all how to do this shit for years. Okay, you have your main one that everybody know about, and your other hoes, you keep them happy and you keep them quiet and you make them sign NDAs. Okay, allegedly. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way to do this and make your girl happy. And he just had to figure out a way to transition from being on the road and being with Rick Ross and being in a life to putting his woman as his main, woman, his main focus. And then, having the other shit on the side without letting it bleed in. He has to learn how to, not let it bleed in. Fonzo was letting the shit bleed in because he wasn't putting up appropriate boundaries around Shea. So he needed to learn how to put up appropriate boundaries around Shea so she could feel like she on her pedestal while he out here dicking down the masses whenever he feel like it. Okay, because that's just what their situation is going to be. Shea absolutely, I feel like, was trying to make it seem as if she's grown so that Dr. Nicole will give her a pat on the back for the growth. But essentially, you were still saying that you were having a hard time forgiving him. And it's like, forgiving him for what? If you're not over the fact that this man likes to have sex with other women, that's going to continue to be an issue, because he's not done cheating on you. Like, he's not done having sex with other women when he goes out of town. Like, he's just not done. That's not over with. So you either going to have to come to terms with that's the place that he's in, and there need to just be some boundaries in place. That's what a lot of women like her want. They know he going to cheat, but they want him to at least let these hoes know. Put me on a pedestal, make sure everybody's aware of my positioning. And once my position is solidified, then you could basically do what you want to do, as long as don't nobody come at me with no bullshit. Like, that's literally how most women feel. Okay. Now, I wish women felt like that while they was doing their own thing at the same fucking time. I need some more equality out here. Okay. But, to each his own. They gonna get engaged, y'all. They gonna get back engaged. They probably gonna get married. It's probably gonna be star-studded. It's probably gonna be, somebody like Maxwell singing at the wedding or some shit like that. It'll be rich. It'll be boss shit. It'll be all of that. Okay. But essentially, she'll be a beautiful woman who will still be unhappy if she doesn't figure out how to deal with the fact that Alfonso is still gonna do what Alfonso wants to do. Like, as long as it is what it is. Okay. Moving on from there. Charlie sitting up there being jealous of growth. So Otis, did you go on the date with Cherie? Because Charlie went on a date with Chris. He says he doesn't remember who decided they were going on a date first. You're lying. Everybody remembers that Charlie went first. Charlie expresses how, even though, she only went on 3 dates with Chris, they don't spend a lot of time together, but it was just nice to be in a company of someone that complimented her, that made her feel good about herself, that told her she was beautiful. Like, just made her feel like she was dope. Y'all, I don't know what y'all think, but most of relationships is making the other person feel like they're the shit. Like, I don't know why people think that you get in relationships with people so that you can make sure you temper their ego. Like, fuck you. If you don't think somebody is amazing, don't be with them. If they can't be amazing while they're with you, then you don't need to be with them. Okay? At the end of the day, Charlie is a prize. And I feel like Otis doesn't want her to feel that way, because if she feels that way, then maybe she won't really want to be with him. So she says that Chris just made her feel appreciated, and she just wants to feel that a little bit more from the man she's actually in love with. Do you know what he says? Well, I think it's actually kind of goofy for you to be, all appreciative of the energy that other people are giving you. You're not cursing them out. You're not cussing old dude out when he giving you compliments. It's just goofy to me. And I was like, you called her goofy because she wants you to compliment her more? I give it 5 years. I give it 5 years. And if it's still gonna be like this, I give it 5 years. And that's me being generous, because they have a baby now. So the baby's gonna come. They're gonna try to fix it for the baby, but he's still who he is. So she's gonna be 30-something, wife, mother, and she's going to have a new level of understanding and hopefully eventually appreciation for herself. So one day she'll look in the mirror and be like, yeah, no, I got to go. Me and my baby got to go, because this ain't going to cut it. One day she'll wake up and feel like, I need to go. Yeah, give it 3 to 5 years. Only because of the baby, y'all, because people will really try to stick in there for the baby. Y'all know, for the kids. But that I give it that amount of time, because that type of shit, y'all, and this is what I want for people. Y'all really don't think that the shit that Otis was saying and doing on this show, that's indicative of a thought process that he has to go through some extensive unwrapping of, and he doesn't feel like he needs to, so he's not going to, so he's not going to change. So anytime he's not being an asshole, it's because he knows it's in his best interest, not because he genuinely feels that way. And then you put a baby in the situation, Charlie is only going to make it harder for you to detach from him. It's only going to make it harder. And he's only going to get more controlling, and he's probably going to get more disrespectful, because now you're going to be even more sensitive about your mothering. You're a new mother. He already talks down on you and says bad shit to you about who you are. So when you start having this baby and going through the growing pains and trying to figure out how to be a new mom and being tired and, trying to figure out how to breastfeed and how to deal with postpartum and how to get back into work, all of those things that are so extremely difficult to deal with, you need a supportive partner who's not going to see everything as an affront to his character when you ask him for what you need. You couldn't even tell him you needed more compliments without him shitting on you. Can you imagine when you need him to do more with the baby because you're exhausted? Can you imagine how that's going to turn into you not being a good enough mother? Girl, I just want people to pay attention. I just want people to pay attention. When men don't have a heart for their woman, she crying, you not even really responding. From beginning of the show to now, that girl was crying in that moment, and he just looked at her. He just looked at her and then went on to continue talking. Dr. Nicole says he diminished what she was asking for because it made him feel like she was saying he wasn't doing something right. Charlie starts crying. He didn't respond once. She's tired of arguing. Dr. Nicole says you couldn't just give her that. Like, she wasn't asking for a lot. You couldn't just say, I could do that for you. And Fonzo was like, it's so simple. And I'm like, Fonzo, shut up. But I do understand, because for Fonzo, what Charlie is asking for is simple. He don't know how to build the boundaries with other women and all of that. See, Otis can keep other women out. That's easy for him. Fonzo, on the other hand, has to learn how to build the boundaries around his jovial, flirtatiousness. You can tell, okay? So they have two different issues. It's very easy for Fonzo to be a mouthpiece, to communicate to his woman how he thinks she's beautiful, or he appreciates her, okay? That's a lot of the reason why Shea likes him, is because he know how to mac on her. That's attractive, okay? Otis don't know how to mac on nobody. He just know how to be attractive and be, halfway decent as a adult. Know how to take care of himself. He, in good shape, nice looking in the face if you don't pan the camera on top of his head. You know what I'm saying? So like ultimately, I feel like Fonzo knows how to appeal to a woman's sensibilities in a way that Otis doesn't. So he was actually like, it's easy because that is something that's easy for him. Okay. Otis seems to be more faithful than you, but we'll wait on that. Because I heard there's something to be said at the reunion show. Charlie says she been pregnant too. Otis is hell. Whoo, Jamie, thank you for the super chat, love. I'm gonna pray for her. I'm gonna pray for her. I'm gonna pray for them. I'm gonna pray for the baby and all of that. But I love that Dr. Nicole said to Charlie, he has a genuine like unawareness of the toxicity. Like y'all don't understand how toxic y'all are. When Dr. Nicole went to meet with him and he was completely like, it doesn't matter what you're saying. Me and Charlie think it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter what you say. We're fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you came on this show for help so that you could basically tell that lady, fuck your advice. We're fine. Woo. Good luck. Shout out to Jamie. So yeah. Otis tells Charlie he loves her. He's scared of losing her. She's so happy he finally said it. Fonzo talks to Shea's dad about marrying her. Her dad is questioning how he's going to keep it together. He says the main issue was blending his side. He's handling that. He's learned that he has to force Shea's acceptance. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wrote that wrong. The dad accepts the proposal or whatever. I'm glad that Fonzo went and talked to her dad. I do feel like her father cares about her and not in a way where I want to be friends with Fonzo, so I'm just gonna turn my daughter over to any old body. Like, it didn't feel like that, because he definitely was asking him questions like, you sure, nigga? Like, don't play now, okay? Otis proposes in an ugly shirt. She says yes. Fonzo takes Shea on a helicopter ride. Yeah. They went to the hangar, private dinner. Proposal, crying, tears, mascara. On the wings of love. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. But anyway, y'all, that's that on that. The reunion show looked like it's gonna be a fucking mess. It looked like it's gonna be a motherfucking mess. I don't know why. I don't know what Kenneth had on. Maybe because he not with Shorty anymore. He couldn't afford the suit or the turtleneck. I don't know. Yeah, because he manipulated Charlie before that session. He kept speaking for her like she was actually sitting there. Otis is crazy. Shea is beautiful. Like that, like that's one of the main things. Like Shea is giving you it's so many beautiful people all at once that I see when I look at Shea. Like Shea is some type of conglomerate of pretty bitches. Like tell me I'm tripping. It gives Lyrica, it gives Destiny, it gives sometimes I feel like I be seeing somebody else. Who else am I seeing in there, y'all? It's a few people in Shea's face, but she's so beautiful to me. Bondy, glad I caught y'all. You're always on point with the kind. Thank you, love. Listen, and I'm on one today. My question is, wasn't Dr. Nicole the same one telling Charlie she shouldn't leave him when she was ready to go after he revealed he was DMing Milan? She was done getting embarrassed. Nicole stopped her. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. I do not understand. Monica, I do see some Monica in there. I do some Trina and Delicious. Thank you. I see a lot of Delicious in there. Okay. Not a conglomerate. It's definitely giving conglomerate. K Michelle, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know Lyric and K Michelle look alike, especially after K Michelle got that nose job. You see Regina Hall? I don't see Regina Hall. Young Yolanda Adams. Really? I feel like Yolanda Adams is a little bit more linear. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna go watch that commentary after this video, and then I'll come back and talk to y'all about it. Probably tomorrow. Lila Rashawn. I see Lila Rashawn for sure. Yeah. Lala. Yes, I see Lala. I do. Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. Nigga didn't name like 15 people. She looked like all of them. Okay. Carisha is definitely giving a Carisha tea. Okay, which means it's giving an Ari Fletcher tea. Okay, not Nivea. I don't see Nivea. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. We're about to switch over to Love and Marriage DC. I know a lot of y'all are feeling like Love and Marriage DC is boring. Um, I'm still like, I'm not that glued in. I'm really not. It is giving a tea. You know what I'm saying? It's giving a yawn, okay, for sure. But I'm gonna give it a few more because I feel like it's a new show and it's grown people. So I'm not expecting for grown people to have as many like pop off moments, but I feel like they're good bones. I feel like they're good bones on this show. Yeah, I'm looking for. Girl, I gotta take that out. They canceled it. I'm trying to find my damn where is it? Did I delete it? I'm trying to find the screenshot, y'all. I have not watched Bad Boys in I don't know how long. The Smack. Wait, is that it? Nope. Where is it? This is stupid. Did I accidentally delete the shit? Oh, no, there you go. It was there all along. Let's go ahead and like the video before we get into it, please. All right, let's go ahead and get into Love and Marriage DC. So Winter and all of the girls, I think, were still sitting at that table talking about how Ashley was coming off very harsh in her criticism of Winter's relationship with Kevin. Okay, so Winter says Ashley was very harsh. She's going through this in real time, which is what I said. I felt like, that was a bit harsh. Winter wants her to get to know her outside of the situation with Kevin. Ashley says all she's heard about is Kevin in his basement apartment. I'm like, that's not all you've heard about. It's not. But okay, Ashley. Arena brings up the conversation about she and Jamie in their dirt. Okay. And Arena is starting to work on my nerves, which is a good thing because I'm starting to get involved. Okay. And what I mean by that is that it's giving I feel so lucky because my husband is rich and good looking and a lot of women wanting to have sex with him, but I have not been as happy. But I feel like I'm not allowed to be unhappy because he pays for everything and I don't even know how to cut an onion. So ultimately, I feel like I just have to smile, grin, and bear it so that I can have this wonderful lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that nigga absolutely cheated on me for years, but it makes him feel better for me to lie and act as if he never did it. And then my guilt about not giving him sex now because he doesn't make me feel like I'm being, romance. He doesn't make me feel hot. So I don't want to fuck. So he's going out there still probably to this day doing whatever he wants to do. And I'm just acting like it's not happening. And then when it comes to me DMing a guy when I got lonely because he was always out in the streets, he blew that out of proportion and tried to make it seem as if it was the same as what he had been doing to me all of those years. So now I'm even more so insecure. As much as I'm beautiful and I know I look good, ultimately my husband makes me feel like I have to silence myself so that he can feel like a man. I feel like I'm probably right, but I could be wrong. I don't know them people. I don't know them people. I could absolutely be wrong about this. Okay, I could. But it's giving Tisha in 20 years. And I see Jamie. I'm looking at Jamie. Girl, listen. The way they was talking about their sex life this episode, it's in the past. It's in the past. Okay, it's in the past. Ashley says if Quick has cheated during the marriage, she doesn't know. But before they got married, they both did. Oh, I love when people say shit like that. I love when people say shit like that. Because to me, I feel like you're telling on yourself. When you say shit like, oh, shit, ain't been no cheating that I know of in the marriage, but before we got married, yeah, we was doing whatever. Okay, Ashley. I feel like Quick is probably very smart at cheating because when Ashley finds out that Quick cheated, Ashley goes and cheats and Quick can't take it. And Quick gets sick. Okay. And Quick don't know how to take it. His head be on a, he can't work, he can't eat, he can't do what he want to do when he thinking about Ashley fucking on somebody else. So he probably cheats better. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like because Quick don't want Ashley to pull her pussy out the pack, he cheats more carefully. Okay. But if we're gonna act like him liking to work and DJ for 15 parties in 3 days is about procuring a good lifestyle for their children, I have a bridge I want to sell you. Girl, that's bullshit. He like being out there because he like being in the world, girl, because he like feeling like he the man out there. Okay, making them hoes shake their ass. What? Okay, thank you, Savannah Doll, for the super chat. Does anyone else think that K Michelle is going for a Black Dolly Parton look? Oh, probably. Probably for sure. I love Dolly Parton. That's sad though. Because it's like nose job, tits, like how much are you gonna do to yourself? Like you're only in your 30s. Like K Michelle isn't even into her 40s all the way yet, right? Like I can't imagine the work that she's gonna do to herself in the next 15 years. Jesus Christ. Moving along from there. Ashley talks to Quick he talks to Quick's manager about this schedule situation because apparently throughout the years, Quick has often done this where he will work himself into a ditch. Literally, I'm tired. It's 2:00 in the morning and I'm driving exhausted and get into a car accident. She said it happens several times. She said it happens every 2 to 3 years. I'm sorry, y'all. Whenever a man is constantly getting into car accidents, I think one or two things: alcoholism, cheatation. Okay. Because why is it that you can't get a ride sharing service? Why you can't get a ride sharing service? Why you can't get a car? Y'all got money. Why are you driving yourself? Like, I need for it to make sense. Anyway, he works, wait, hold on. We say he works this way to give his wife and family a life he never dreamed of. Yeah, we heard all that. I don't believe it. So K Michelle turned 40 this year. Yeah, between 40 and 60, she's probably gonna do a lot of damage to herself, unfortunately. Like Uber, Lyft, a black car, they got money. You mean to tell me you can't make it a part of your whole situation when you do these things is to have a car drive you around throughout the process? Like after the first two accidents, that would have been the course of action, which makes me feel like, why is it that you want to, what's making you want to drive yourself? Is it because you don't want to have an actual ledger of your whereabouts? Because when you get a driver, they clock where you go. And your wife walked in and had a conversation with your manager, like at any point she can procure paperwork to find out where, who, when, why, and what. So to me, I just have, it makes me feel even more so like there's probably more to Quick cheating than Ashley wants to admit. And that's fine. That's some people's business. I don't really care, but I got to pay attention to these things. Monique and Chris were in Tanzania. We didn't get to see much of their trip. We're going to see them when they come back. We'll discuss. Give me a second. Hold up. I want to make sure that that's in my notes. Yeah, that's in my notes. Okay. So Arena talks to her son Jason about this program, this Doors program. So y'all know that her son Jason is blind. Okay. So he has not really learned how to take care of himself the way a lot of blind kids do these days. And that's no like disrespect to anything. He's older, but like, if you watch This Is Us, there's a lot of new technology and a lot of new, schooling and just programs that help blind kids get around in life so that they don't have to be so codependent on other people. So he wants to be a part of a program that's going to teach him how to be independent. And he wants to get into technology because he really likes Apple. Jamie wants him to be a DJ. I'm like, is Jamie a DJ? I thought Jamie was a party promoter. But upon, more conversation at the dinner table, we understand because Arena had a seafood boil. When she sprayed the oil in the pot, I was like, So what did she do when he was work? Never mind. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna leave it alone and I'm gonna let it go, child. Because just because you don't know what to do in the kitchen, don't mean you wasn't in other places in the house. But I just, I was like, blind people work all the time. One just got fired from my job for embezzlement. I am fucking dead. Listen, but I feel like in a lot of like, and I hate to say it like this, but in black households, I feel like I don't know what it is, but I think we enable. Because he should definitely be able to go outside by himself without you like having to help him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying for them to have money. I'm talking about them like having access and him being blind. But either way, they want to make sure that they get him on the road to his independence. Something makes me feel like they have coddled him because he's blind, and it's kind of put him at a disservice at this point in his life. That's just what I'm picking up on, y'all, because he seems to have a lot of angst behind not being able to do for himself in a certain way. And his dad has the capability of putting him on by way of parties, like if I'm promoting parties, you could be my DJ. That way I can watch over you. I can make sure you're okay. I can make sure you're getting paid the appropriate amount of money. If women want to come up to you, I can make sure that the women that you're coming around are not going to take advantage of you. I think everything that Jamie is trying to do with Jason is out of protection for him and also trying to help him acquire more in life, but he's doing too much. I understand. I really do. When they were talking at the dinner table about it, y'all, I understood it. But then I also felt like the misogyny of it all, because Arena has a daughter that is not Jamie's biological daughter, but Jamie has raised her as if she's, his daughter. And she expressed that she wished they'd had conversations like this with her, because she felt like her whole childhood she had to do what they wanted her to do. So now she doesn't even really feel strongly in doing what she wants to do. And y'all, I think that's very important when you and I'm not a parent yet. I'm not, y'all, but this is something that I know my parents were very specific about in raising me, which was raising me to follow my own mind. I think a lot of people raise their children to follow their mind. And I feel like you should be teaching your child how to think and how to live how to live so that they can make decisions for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's some coddling going on when it comes to the boys. But when it came to Ashley, it was more like, well, we want you to be successful too, but here's what we want you to do. Whereas with the boys, you got Jamie Jr. out here in the fucking street doing whatever he want to do. And y'all are trying to push Jason into being a DJ, which he really doesn't want to do, but you still are giving him conversations that weren't even happening with Ashley, which is Arena's daughter. So yeah, I just kind of feel like it definitely feels like, the girls have to just make sure they can take care of themselves. And then we allow the boys all of this space to figure their shit out. Black parent household don't utilize the resources to help their children transition to adulthood because either they haven't accepted the circumstances or they're trying to shield. DeQuasia, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Misogyny, even in how Jamie treats Arena. The sex talk was cringe. Oh, we're going to get into it. That cooking spray took me all the way out, girl. What in the hell are you doing? Ooh, girl. I was raised to live their dreams, not mine. Right. And that's no, that's not what you do. You need to do stand. Listen, I might get an opportunity. We'll see. I don't know how I would feel because it's all well and good when I'm sitting here with notes and shit. You get on a stage full of people and you just got a riff. You don't know. But anyway, y'all, moving on from there. Arena meets with Winter. She asked about how Winter feels about Ashley. Winter feels like that's a sign that Arena plays both sides. I think she's right about that. Winter shares that she's celibate at 40 because dick can drive you crazy. I said, Winter, listen, at first I was like, why are you trying to shock us with celibacy? Like, I'm so tired of you, I want to, re-virginize my pussy ass bitches, but I also understand that dick is very confusing at times, okay? So if you're trying to make good decisions, it's best to keep the dick out of the situation, okay? You do not want that Devontae, Delilah energy all up and through your womb, okay? Toxic dick loves to touch your heart and confuse your spirit about what's best for you. Okay, so Winter was absolutely right about that. Okay, girl, fine. But I understand, like, a woman at 40 years old, celibate. What? Girl, yeah. Arena talks about Jamie uh finding DMs that she was sending to some dude, and it wasn't sexual. They were just saying, "Hey, and how you doing? And you look good," and all this. I said, Raina, you lying, but it don't matter. It don't matter. He was like, "My queen, not my queen." Oh yeah, that's what they like to do. Nigga could stick their dick in everything this side east of the Mississippi River. As soon as you get in the DMs with a nigga, "Oh no, not my queen. Oh, it's been defiled." That's how they be. Toxic masculinity. Okay, listen, it's a thing. It's a thing, child. Oh Lord, let me let it go. She would feel at fault if he cheated because he hasn't been making her feel hot and he just wants to poke her. Okay, so I'ma just say this. Arena, I know that you've been married for 26 years and I'm a child in comparison to you. So I'm saying this with all due respect for for your experience in life versus mine, right? Because I'm recognizing that I haven't gotten to certain points in my life. I'm not a mother, you know what I'm saying? My marriage is only 5 years in, my relationship is only a decade in. I don't know, what you know. But I did watch my parents be married for 25 plus years. So I think I know a little something. Okay. And what I do know is you setting yourself up to be the fault of him cheating tells me that you went through your entire relationship not speaking up for yourself, and that makes me sad. If you've been married to a man for 26 years and he don't know how to procure the pussy from you, and what I mean by that is you do get to a point where they could just whip it out and it's like, all right, let's go. But then there are other times when a man you've been with for 26 years should know how to touch your back, how to kiss your neck, how to text you during the day, how to drop you off some flowers, how to, grab your ass. So, lick on the, you know what I'm saying? Like the little small shit. Like, he should know how to do those things. And you're telling me that after 26 years of marriage, this man is not getting you hot, so you don't feel the need to fuck him. That, therefore, if he goes out into the street on you, it's your fault. Arena, that sounds sad to me, ma. That sounds sad to me. I'ma just say it. Like, I understand. Yeah, I really do understand, like, the importance of having a man in this world. I do. In this society, they make you feel like you don't have any worth. Your opinion don't count for shit if you don't have a man standing in front or beside you in order to validate your existence. Girl, I know. I feel you. I do. But to me, your relationship seems extremely unbalanced. And something tells me that you're not being a housewife in the normal sense of the word is another part of the reason why you feel like it's basically, you feel like I should just be lucky to be here. I should just be lucky to be here. I can't cook. All I am is pretty and have kids. I should just be happy that this nice looking, fine, rich man is still in love with me and not trying to leave me for no young bitch. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave him alone. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to do what he want me to do. And I'm going to, just try to outlive his ass. That's all I can do. Like, I'm telling you that that's a whole lot of rationalizing. It is. I really like Ashley and Arena, but their marriage not so much. They seem smothered, stifled, and disconnected. Whoo, Lord. I've been talking about Juvie all week, but we will definitely talk about him again. If y'all, I've been posting, the Instagram page for the where I got him from, the breeders that I got him from. But it's like, it's good breeding. It's not bad breeding with all of that bullshit. Like, it's actually a homegirl of mine from college. Wonder if Arena was serious about getting plastic surgery. I don't think Arena has gotten anything done. She said she hadn't gotten anything done to her face. I think she said she got her titties done. Sometimes you get in a slump, but they should know one another's bodies. Yes. And I know about getting in a slump, but I also feel like after 26 years of marriage, shouldn't y'all just be able to go get into some freaky shit? Like, which brings me to the next subject. Okay. So Winter suggested that they do a sex therapist, right? Arena was down for it. Arena, Jamie, Ashley, and Quick meet up, and then they discuss the sex life situation. Jamie doesn't like it that they're even talking about it because, you know, it's going to embarrass him that she's not getting hot. Y'all know how men are. Y'all are so I wish y'all do some new shit. Like, I'm sorry, but essentially a lot of y'all do the same thing. It's the same thing. Oh, don't talk about sex because if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, you can't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. Suffer in silence. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't embarrass me. It's cool for you to talk about her shortcomings in front of everybody. It's cool for you to shush her, disrespect her in front of people, diminish her in front of people. But as soon as she started talking about how she wants to go to a sex therapist because she wants to get back into the swing of things with another married couple, you getting all, you know, upset. But Arena wants more foreplay. Jamie says that she won't let him. And she like, no, you just be wanting to poke me. Then she blames herself for him cheating. You know, I ain't been giving it to him. Quick and Ashley say she needs to just give him some. Just give it to him, you know. So listen, there's a part of me that feels like yes, but there's a part of me that feels like no. I don't care if we're married or not. You need to do something for this. You need to do something for this. What you gonna do for it? Like, I don't understand. Like, it to me, it sounds like you're upset because it's requiring more than you are willing to provide. Usually when you fucking them little random girls out on the road, y'all just be all hot and bothered and you probably meet in some hotel or some bathroom, bang them out and they're on their way. So you forgot about how foreplay works. Okay, maybe they should swing. That's an idea. He's already fucking people and you've already made yourself comfortable with it. But see, he can't take you swinging with other people. That would be the issue. But I felt like Quick and Ashley work on my nerves a little bit. Like, I like Ashley's realness, don't get me wrong. But when her and Quick are together, it just gives obnoxious. I'm gonna just tell you, it gives judgy, it gives obnoxious. And I'm just kind of like, okay, y'all have a great relationship. Y'all don't have these problems. Y'all are fucking like rabbits. When he's not getting into car accidents from overworking himself, girl, got it. Okay, moving on. So after that, Monique and Chris. So y'all know they were in Tanzania. They came back and we find them in the middle of an argument. So I feel like I was watching Roxanne's review of this last week, and Roxanne said she felt like Monique was putting too much on this trip, and I agree. I agree. I think Monique put entirely too much, just too much expectancy, too much expectation on this trip. But I think what she was saying from him was, damn, like, when are you going to start tapping in? Like, when are you going to feel something? When are you going to be able to express yourself? And I feel like when Monique shut down and got quiet, I understood all of that. I understood having the same argument over and over again. And you're trying, like, a part of you trying is you trying to understand, trying to get the response, trying to understand. And sometimes men don't know how to communicate because they don't want to, because it's too hard. Anything that's out of their wheelhouse, they don't want to exert the energy on doing. We just talked about that with Jamie in the foreplay. Quicken his schedule. If it's something that their partner wants from them that they feel like it's too hard to do, they will ignore them. They will tell them, yeah, I'm going to do it, and never do it. Okay. So I feel like Monique's argument with Chris is really valid. It really is, because I see their personalities. So I know how Chris will let certain things fall from the wayside. The problem is that Monique is going to be too real and too honest in front of the cameras. And see this, listen, this is a misconception. A bell in the ATL, I don't see Chris and her lasting. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know where y'all get that from. I don't know where y'all get it from that people can't argue and stay together. Like, I don't know where y'all get that from. Them people are not breaking up. Like, I'm just telling y'all, I get it. Oh, Sierra from Love and Hip Hop. That's a good one too. I understand how y'all feel about their situation because we're finding them in an in-between space. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you know that your relationship will go through phases during certain times. Certain times y'all don't have arguments, everything is perfect. And there are other times when old arguments tend to recycle themselves over and over again if they aren't fully addressed. Okay? And so I feel like with Kim and Chris and Monique is asking for something that Chris doesn't know how to give yet. And then honestly, he really doesn't feel like doing. I feel like he doesn't feel like doing all of this deep emotional searching shit that Monique wants him to do. He doesn't. And she wants him to do it so bad because she wants so desperately to connect in this way. And I feel like they should definitely take another trip, just the two of them without the kids, and then try to reconnect in that way. You know what I'm saying? I understood her disappointment, but I felt like the way she was coming at him on her, I knew how everybody was going to feel about it. Because y'all already don't like when women critique their husbands in public, because y'all feel like women aren't supposed to do that. Women are supposed to just stay quiet. You're not supposed to say you have an issue, and you damn sure not supposed to express your issue with your man if he's paying the bills, not in front of people. Of course not. You know, it's the fucking 50s. Shut up and talk about it when you get home. But we're on a reality show about love and marriage. So let's start there. Because I hate when y'all get on a show called Love and Marriage and then get mad when y'all see people going through issues in their love and marriage. Like, I'm tired of them arguing in a marriage. Bitch, the show is called Love and Marriage DC. If you think every marriage is perfect, if you think every marriage, is the woman constantly being, oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you. That's what y'all want. Y'all want women to be in this constant, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you. Like, no, we've been together for 10 plus years. We got 3 kids. I know that nigga. He all right. The fuck? That's how I would feel about the way y'all are constantly like defending men against their wives, like their wives haven't been out here making sacrifices, cooking food, taking care of them, making sure they all right. Like, nobody loves Chris more than Monique. Like, in my opinion, the way I see them, nobody's gonna love Chris more than Monique. But the way y'all make it seem, it's like she's the worst wife ever, even though the lady didn't help the man save his money when his people came and robbed him. Okay, she didn't help him keep everything in line and in order through his career now to retirement. Not only does she help him keep his shit together money wise and all of that, but now she didn't start bringing in money herself through her own businesses on top of their beautiful children. At the end of the day, their household is, I don't see their household breaking apart over this show. Monique don't even like Chris. That's a lie. I don't know where y'all get that from. I just feel like I wish y'all would just admit y'all don't like Monique. But I don't know how you can say a woman doesn't like her husband when she has been married to him all this time. Like, they together. Like, I don't understand how y'all feel like that. I just think they have problems in their relationship that when they start to talk about them on camera, y'all are gonna have an issue. Y'all are gonna have a problem because y'all don't like when women express discomfort with their husbands, especially if their husbands are rich. Y'all feel like she should just be lucky that he's taking care of her. So she should, she needs to shut up and just deal with whatever the issues are. You knew who he was before you got with him. And, she don't like him. She don't love him. They're not going to stay together. Y'all can put that out into the atmosphere all y'all want to. We'll just wait on it. I don't see them people breaking up. Like, I'm telling y'all, I don't see them people breaking up. I just don't. I hate the girl. Stop complaining. He's a good guy. Like, I can't speak on what my husband needs to work on in our marriage. Like, lest he leave me. Yeah, it is weird to me that people feel like that, like they don't have complaints in their own relationships. I feel Monique just wants some growth and Chris isn't here for the lesson. No, he feels very surface level. He feels like he don't never want to do nothing too deep emotionally. And I think she's starving for more. Like, please engage, like do something, like you get to a point where you need more. But Monique and Chris's issues seem very surface level. Their issues can be worked out with a professional. Monique isn't a therapist, yet she's psychoanalyzing him. I'm not a professional. I psychoanalyze the fuck out of my husband and I be right. Now what? Y'all weird, and it shows y'all aren't in healthy relationships. Like, right, it's crazy. It's an issue, but it's not worth them getting a divorce. It's really not. I really don't see that it's that serious. Yes, they not breaking up. They're gonna be that couple that will stay even when the only thing that's left is the legalities. That's what Monique is trying to avoid. But overall, they'll never split. And that's what I'm saying. I think she's trying to keep the relationship from going down that stagnant road where it just becomes a business relationship or one in which she's not happy. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. She's still disrespectful. Nah, Bondi. Wrong approach. Monique is taking. She deal with like a simp. She creating drama for TV and it looked trash. I like Monique, but nope. I don't see Chris as a simp. And I think that that's really disrespectful. I don't think Monique sees her husband as a simp. I think that y'all really just don't like when women express their opinions with their husbands. Like, y'all don't like when women are upset, when they express they have an issue in their relationship. Y'all don't like that. Like, I'm just trying to understand because I feel like their conversation wasn't disrespectful. It was just like contentious. It was a negative conversation, but it wasn't like disrespectful. She wasn't downing him, but she was asking for something that he wasn't willing to give, and she got upset. Like, it's a marriage. It's a marriage. It's a marriage. Yeah. Yeah, a simp. Like that big, tall, grown ass man, a simp, because that lady shut down and stopped talking. Okay. I just kind of feel like it doesn't matter what she does. Like, y'all are gonna feel how y'all are gonna feel. I think a huge part of Chris subconsciously ignores Monique's emotional wants because he thinks since he's better than most men, that's enough. He's got a little of Marcel in him in those regards. I agree. I really think that's their biggest issue is that he doesn't think he has to do more. I like Bo, but don't like when she said he speak Alabama. I still don't understand why y'all got upset about that. She said, you speak Alabama, I speak Jersey. I speak New Orleans. Other people speak other, like, what? How is that? Monique is a great enigma, girl. You just always anti. I can't with you. I can't even take you seriously. As a woman, she can be upset in a trailer and a mansion. Okay. Some are so used to men being trash that Chris being a provider is all that's required. It's true. He's old school and she's super extrovert. Yeah, I don't know why people took offense to that. Like, I don't know why people took offense to that. Y'all know Alabama and Jersey are two different places, right? Like, y'all know that it's the North and the South, right? Y'all know that it has cultural differences, right? So why is that offensive? I think people want to make a mountain out of a molehill. I think Monique just communicates her feelings better than Chris, and Chris is just not there yet. Maybe he has his wall up for some reason. I think he's just probably been raised to be that way. And I think that she's probably been raised in the opposite. I just think he has to open up more. You know what I'm saying? I think he has to open up more. But you know what I really think is going to take? You know, when he said, you know, she's just been shutting down and she ain't been trying. See, it's not going to be good until she completely like, all right, fine. I don't need any more. I don't want any more. I'll figure it out on my own. When she gets to that point, that's when shit's gonna get scary. Cause see, that's the next step. Everybody acts like, you know, oh, it's so bad when a person is complaining about the issues they have in a relationship. But when they stop complaining, that's when you really need to worry. Because when a woman is no longer saying anything, that means that she's now starting to search outside of her situation for what she's looking for. Thank you so much, Arthur Phoenix Williams, for becoming a member. I appreciate you. He's laid. I mean, their opposites attract. Like, they really remind me a lot of me and Lyric, for real. Like, in the respect of the way the personalities are. He's laid back, he's cool, and I'm extroverted and communicative, and I'm on it, and I'm type A, and I'm reading and what's going on, and what's going on? How are you feeling? Like, I gotta check in, I gotta pull the emotions out. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of feel like I understand what it's like to be with a man. It's a good man, but they just don't know how to connect to their emotions. So it takes a lot of work to get that out of them. And when you love your husband, like, you absolutely want to try, but at some point, every like good wife is going to get to the point where if I'm not being heard, if you're not hearing me, I'm going to tap out on you. I'm going to tap out on you. Like, and then it's going to be like, so what do you want to do? And you don't want to break up. You don't want the relationship to break up. But sometimes people need to move away from each other to find their way back to each other, honestly. That's just kind of how it happens sometimes. But anyway, y'all, we're going to go ahead and move on from there. We've been talking about that for long enough because we have to move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm going to give y'all a quick little mashup and I'm going to set the link and then y'all can go ahead and call in and we can talk about all of the shows, whatever y'all want to discuss about weekends on. Okay, so in the meantime, in between time, go ahead and like the video. Okay. All right, y'all. We are getting into the Love and Marriage Huntsville of it all. Let me go ahead and tell y'all. Y'all know, if you are members of my channel, if you are a Patreon, if you are a member on my website, BondyBlueShow.com, okay? I'm gonna if you will go ahead and become a member. You know, if you want to, you don't have to, but you could. But that's where my full review of Love and Marriage Huntsville is. So y'all know that I'm not giving y'all a full review. I am just going to talk about a few key points that I wanted to make, and I'm gonna let y'all call in and tell me what y'all feel about it. I'm posting the StreamYard link right now. I'm going to save it, highlight it so y'all can see it. All right. So Tiffany and Mel going to Utah to find information about Tiffany's dad and us finding out how racially discriminatory things still were in the 70s and in the 80s in Alabama, which does not surprise me. I'm from Louisiana. So ultimately, a lot of the states are fucked up, even up until the 90s. Shit didn't really start to feel different until I feel like after the early 2000s is when it kind of, a lot of main places like Huntsville, like places in Mississippi, like main cities, you start to see this changing in the environment. Like, we're taking down Confederate flags and monuments, and you know, those types of changes started happening in the 2000s. So even though we've been here, y'all, I would like to remind y'all that in the backwoods of Alabama, it is not, you know, far-fetched to believe that Tiffany is the product of an interracial relationship that would have been seen as, you know, a situation where somebody could end up getting hurt. A black man could end up getting hurt. I mean, they were looking at newspaper clippings from like the 80s where they were talking about, you know, the KKK in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Like, it, child. And we were in my live yesterday talking about how, you know, people were getting lynched in the fucking 90s in Alabama around Huntsville. Okay. Utah, Alabama is a drive-through. Child, ain't it though? Ain't it though? Child, when that black man who owned that barbershop came outside, I was like, not a black man owning a barbershop in this neck of the woods. But you know, that's where black people be. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Tiffany got some information on her mom. Basically, her mama was one of them white girls that was hiding a puss for a black man. Her and her homegirl used to be around all the black men trying to get dick from the black men's. So that made Tiffany think that her mom wasn't racist. I said, no, your mama just had a fetish for black men at one point in her life. That don't mean she wasn't racist. And I'm wondering if her father could have been killed. I'm wondering that too. I don't know. They said Utah is 80% black. Now, now it's 80% black. But you know how, okay, like, I don't know if y'all, I don't know about Utah, but the way towns work out here, Utah is a street difference between this place and the next town that's white, like train tracks. will be the difference between where the white people live and where the black people live. So even if Utah is 80% black now, okay, that means nearby there's a damn near all white community because the white people moved from Utah to another area. Okay. So just understand that even though Utah is 80% black, the surrounding white towns probably are not. Okay. Right. Slave owners had kids with slaves. That isn't right. Still racist. Okay. You're selling your own kids. Anyway, so that's what happened with her. Yeah, Tiffany mama absolutely sounds like she was trailer park. I'm sorry, Tiffany. Your mama sounded like trailer park trash that was trying to fuck on black men because the white men in her neighborhood didn't see it for her. I'm sorry, that's what it sounded like. I could be wrong. More respect, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's what it sounded like. What else happened on Love and Marriage, Huntsville? Wanda's broke down ass truck that didn't even have like a fully working engine in it. I feel like Marcel is being blackmailed. Or not being blackmailed, but blackmailing Wanda. Like, I'll give you the money for this truck as long as you stop bringing bullshit to Tisha about me cheating on her. If you can stay up out of my marriage, then I can happily give you this money. But Tisha is like, no, we're going to give my mom this money because we have it. And I feel like Tisha brought her family in this episode to showcase herself as the cousin who made it good. You know what I'm saying? She married somebody from the other side of the tracks, and they came together and they created an empire together, and they helped their lesser than country ass ignorant family members to get on. Because this episode, they introduced us to people that we ain't never met before, and then started talking about their lives and their relationships like we knew them. I had to rewind it so many times. I said, now who? Who is that? Tisha got a brother. Bitch, who is cousin Tiffany? Who is that? Was that her name? Tiffany? Ashley? Look, I don't know. I don't know these people. Okay. But what I do know is y'all think we stupid and we not. I'm not stupid. I feel like Marcel has figured out that if he can, help Wanda with the food truck, this helps the family with the money. We heard Tisha's brother say he has a third child on the way with his new girlfriend. He's not even fully divorced from his wife yet. And Wanda is raising the 2 children that he had with her, I believe. Okay, I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like based on conversations and interviews that I have stored in the brain. Okay, so the truck and the money from Tisha and Marcel is going to help out cousin Tiffany and help out brother T-Mac and Wanda and the kids and the baby mama and probably the ex-wife too. So let's just go ahead and assume that Tisha is the savior of her family, and that's the way she wanted to depict herself, which is why she brought her family on the show. Okay, then her family will hold Marcel accountable for the things that she can't say, right? She just stood there and smiled as they held him accountable and said everything that we say. You never say no. You never say you don't cheat. You never answer a question outright. You always answer a question with a question. You're always circling the airport. You're never denying anything. What about the picture? And then, cousin Bernard, the Golden Lord, told him, you know what I'm saying? I want to meet with all the world leaders. He said, Marcel, you a cheater. I don't believe shit you talking about. You manipulative. Okay. And I think that you be controlling. You got mind control over my little cousin. And Tisha was like, I am not naive. I am smart. Okay. And I could figure it out for myself if I need to. And cousin Bernard said, I beg to differ, little Tisha. I beg to differ, little cousin. I think you humble. I think you sweet. And I think this nigga has been manipulating you this entire time. Okay, that's how I feel. And then Wanda, in true fashion, hold up. Let me not forget how when Marcel was backed into that corner and could no longer use semantics and word gymnastics to get out of the situation, how he then told Bernard that he can smell test his dick. Did anybody else catch Marcel offering his dick up for smellage? I just want to point out how Marcel, I know you don't watch me. I know y'all don't watch me. Y'all don't watch me. But I'm going to say this to you. I can see you. There may be people around you that you do this bullshit with and they mind be all over the place like a fucking dog or something. But nigga, I hear you and I see you, and I personally feel like you tell on yourself all over the place. I feel like you tell on yourself all over the place. The fact that you would offer your dick up to be smelled to her family lets me know that you were trying to gross them out to the point that they would get up off of you. That was a let me say something completely out of pocket and crazy so that I can distract them so that they'll get off of me because they're trying to hold me accountable. And I can't. I can't and I won't. Okay. So now I'm gonna say something totally disrespectful and gutter to get them up off of me. That's what he did. Okay. I noticed it. So Wanda calls him for food and all of that. And y'all, this is when Kiki comes in. And we saw the preview. Kiki looked like she was about to lay some shit out on the table, and everybody stopped her. Everybody stopped her. And then Marcel started screaming. Now, mind you, Marcel then spent half of this episode in a fucking corner with all of Tisha's family surrounded around him, going in on him. Kiki sat down at the table a good 4-5 feet away from him, and he popped off like I have never seen Marcel pop off on anybody before. To me, that is a sign that your shit was about to come out and you were trying to hurry up and have an overheated response to distract. Just like I feel like you did at that event last weekend when you and Martell got into it. We've never known Marceau to get into any type of physical altercations with anybody. He's always kept his cool. He's always smiled and laughed. But when Kiki sat down and looked like she was about to put some shit on the table, he got upset. And then we know that Martell and Marceau were the ones that probably, because I don't know for a fact, probably got into that altercation at the Madani event, right? So that makes me feel like whenever somebody really about to spray your shit bare, shit ain't funny no more. Shit ain't funny. It ain't sarcasm. We're upset. In my opinion. Okay. So I just personally feel like it don't even matter. Like, I don't need y'all to ask Marcel any more questions. Y'all can just let the nigga cheat in peace as far as I'm concerned, because he tells on himself with just the way he responds. So I'm gonna go ahead and start bringing y'all in. Come on, Ryan with Ricardo. Tell me what you got, boo.
First of all, hi, how you doing? You look good. I like the yellow on you. It makes your skin pop.
Thank you, girl.
Your little dog is cute. I want to say that.
Thank you.
That's an adorable dog. Child, starting from the show with the doctor who don't really talk to nobody. I feel like possibly there's just my thoughts and my feelings, nobody else's. Maybe she knew that squatter, that freeloader before, or they was having other conversations, because it makes no sense why you wouldn't have conversations with the other person separately in the couple who was getting all this energy and this angst from him, and he was out here stealing her money. Like, I'm confused on you as a doctor on a show where you got to talk to everybody, not talking to that lady. Now, unfortunately for Shorty, like, I'm glad she got that man at her house. However, squatters do have rights in the state of Georgia. And you got to prove 7 years of occupancy. And I don't know if they had 7 years together, but unfortunately, squatters do have rights.
So there's that.
Yeah. Everybody else, we'll see how that pans out, because I don't trust none of these couples on that show. LAMH DC. I didn't like the the way they were talking about Jason at the table, like he wasn't there, like he can't hear y'all. Y'all acting like this man is deaf and he's actually blind. Like, y'all did him a disservice. There are many first of all, there are many Black people I've seen on TikTok whose children have, autism, or they're blind, or they're deaf, or anything else, and they treat them, first of all, they treat them with respect, and they help them be independent and figure out what they want to do in their lives, not what the parents want them to do with their lives. And they don't, like, they hover, but they don't hover over them to the point where it's, like you said, he wants him to be a DJ because he's a party promoter and he can watch over him at every turn. At some point, y'all gonna have to let him live his life. Like, that's y'all child, and I know you're worried because he's blind and you don't want nobody to take advantage of him. But like somebody said in the comments, one of their coworkers just got fired. They blind and was embezzling stuff, and I want to know how you do that. With the Chris and Monique thing, it's just like, you can see that they love each other. It's obvious. You can see that they like each other. I'm not married, so I don't know that married life, but it seems like it's just a rough patch to me that will only be fixed if y'all truly go to therapy and want to do the work And be taking trips by yourselves. Like, it's great that you take the kids with you and everything, but y'all a couple and y'all want to get it back together and you want to romance each other and want to be, chocolate and strawberries and on the beach and all that stuff, then you got to go on a trip by yourself. That's just like you want self-care and you decide to take a trip, but then you bring everybody else with you. You can't really get one with yourself if you were doing self-care and your self-care involved a trip and then you bring everybody else with you, because then you got to do what they want, not what you want. And child, this spin-off episode that they tried to make happen, stop trying to make fetch happen, Gretchen, because it's not. First of all, when it comes to Tiffany, when it comes to Tiffany and Mel going down to Utah, Alabama, like I said in multiple people's comments when it came to this situation, I said I looked it up, in the last unaliving of someone in a way that you could possibly be swinging from something in a state of Alabama that was last reported, not it last happened, last reported, was in 1981, which that case bankrupted the KKK in Alabama. Now, when I went to look up Utah and their history, it's not much, but what they do say is they had a history of unaliving Black people, and it started way back when the town was founded. So that should tell you what type of time they were on. And for the people who are like, we don't understand the math, like the math isn't mathing, when it comes to what that little old fat white man said in the store about like the 1970s, I'm thinking her birth mother may have been born in 1970, which would have made her ages 16 to 18, that range, which would make sense on, other than she's having a brown baby, why her mother would send her away to have a child. Because that right there,
Teen pregnancy, like they were saying, there was a whole bunch of teen pregnancies during that time, and her mom probably was one of the ones that had
yeah,
a baby for some Black dude in the neighborhood, and you can't just bring a Black baby into the household and everybody not gonna see. So that's why they had to send her away. But I thought she said her mom had other kids, and her mom kept the other kids and not her.
and she probably did that too, but those other kids were probably either white or very white passing. Like Tiffany definitely looks like
Oh yeah, for sure.
she looks like a light-skinned Black lady. And the only way you would know that she is biracial if she is to tell you, or if you just, straight out ask her. And then you have to, what am I thinking? Oh, the whole, maybe her father had been unalive. I feel like the only way she is ever going to find out about her father's side of the family and anything else she needs to know, because you want to, not only do you want to know your other side of the family and like who you come from and who do you look like, you also need, she kind of do look like Rosie Perez, just taller, just a little bit. But you also need to know like the medical history, because that's very important, because that's been coming up a lot with my mom's health, and then like my father's side of the family, their health as of recently. But I know who my parents are, so that's easier for me to go right down at a doctor's office. This family member had this family member had that. She's honestly going to either have to do 23andMe or Ancestry.com, because at this point we don't know, because they're not going to tell you. Because
Girl.
I looked up that school, Warrior Academy, and they reopened the school after the one they had back in the day burnt down. But when you go on their website, they have a whole disclaimer that says, we accept everybody. And then they have to break it down. And I was like, you shouldn't have to break this down unless there's some racist history behind the school that you
Exactly.
named yourself after.
We're
And
trying to
then,
make it right. We're trying to make it right.
child, please. And then we get to the spinoff that it's just like, why? Like, first of all, you remedial English does not have a business plan. You always have to have a plan. No matter what you are doing, you have to have a plan. So why would somebody just hand over some money to her, not knowing what she's gonna do with it? Because I wouldn't give her. I wouldn't give her.
Wanda gonna buy Birkins with that money. Wanda gonna go get some new pump it up spray so she can make sure that her French rolls stay hard and crisp. Yeah,
I
she gonna go spend that money on some new big ass furniture to put in her little bitty house. Yeah.
I wouldn't give her two nickels to rub together. First of all, that truck, disgusting. I don't know what you're doing with that, but you're better off getting a brand new truck. And for Humpwig, that's her sister, because once again, y'all admitted that the grandmother and the aunt did more raising of that girl in her formative years than you actually did. So I'm considering y'all sisters and not mother and daughter, because I'm the jealous older sister, and I'm mad that I had to stay home for, like, I
You talking
couldn't go to
about
college.
Wanda?
Yeah.
For Tisha.
Yep.
Yes. Do you remember last episode when they was all at Jalen's house? The way Wanda was looking at Tisha?
Yep. She gives jealous older
She's
sister.
jealous of her. Yeah.
She gives jealous older sister, I had to stay home from college and help take care of mama and daddy while the little sister got to go out and do whatever she wanted. That's very much what it's giving. And I'm never calling that, y'all not mother and daughter, y'all sisters. But we're going to progress, because I know other people want to come up here. First of all, without a business plan, there's no way for y'all to be giving or lending that lady any type of money. Secondly, what makes you think, Humpwig, that you're not going to be the one running the business completely, especially with the way that lady had that bowl of meat sitting out in the sun that last live she did that I saw? She out here poisoning people with that food. She can't even say the correct names of the food right, because somebody was like, she's saying shrimp. Is she saying shrimp?
No. She was saying scrimp. And y'all know scrimp means shrimp. I
But
don't know
that's
why
but
people that
that's
don't have water around them, I don't know.
but I know what that.
Shrimp.
But she wasn't saying shrimp. She was saying strip loin, and she called it strip.
She's my scripts. She my strip steak, like strip steak. I thought she was
No,
talking like scrimps, because I thought shrimp.
no,
She was like, nah. She was saying scrimps. She was
no.
saying scrimps for shrimp, y'all. She absolutely. I'm telling you, because
She
they pointed to the shrimp.
no, but she kept saying it, and she kept saying it even when she was talking about the strip loin that she had, but she called it script line. She called it script line. I was like, I can't do it with your thick tongue.
We don't even know what food is. We don't even know what the fuck she's selling over there, because we don't
Right.
understand nothing that's going on.
With all these extras people, like, I didn't need to know that your son's a deadbeat and don't know how to take care of his kids, and that you raising his kids, and it's just like, where they mama at, and the fact that he's going through a divorce, and the fact that he told the girlfriend's business, and it's just like, you don't you don't go around telling people that somebody is pregnant, especially if they haven't gone to confirm it with a doctor talking about you caring from sisters, and B, if they're not out of that time period where anything could go bad. Like,
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
you don't do that.
She was giving me Bucky in her hair though. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Roxanne. I was like, how many bundles is that she got?
That was a lot. That was a lot. When the family was like ganging up on Busted Biscuits, and he was talking about, oh, y'all could do the smell test. I was like, you nasty. Don't nobody want. First of all, you probably washed it off. So why would they want to smell you?
Right. Like what? So you mean old puss from Atlanta still gonna be on there today? Okay.
Lies and
Thank you for
deceit,
that.
unless you don't wash yourself like some of these people be admitting on TikTok. Then I don't like, but I don't believe that.
He look like the type of person that don't clean in between their toes. He clean his dick, but he don't clean in between his toes.
Ugh.
Ricardo, thank you. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on, love.
Oh, real quick, I was gonna say, with that spinoff they trying to do, take it down to Oxygen. They trying to get back to Live Out
Yes.
Loud.
Or is Oxygen still on?
Oxygen is still on, but Dick Wolf, y'all know he's the creator of all the SVUs and all the Law and Orders and everything, and the Chicagos. When all those lawsuits was happening from Bad Girls Club, they went to him. He turned it into the Crime Network, but now they like losing money and they about to sell it off and they need help. So, take Humpwig and her family down to the Oxygen, and y'all help Oxygen come back to their former glory, so they get all the ads and be living out loud again.
You know what? I missed that, but I really do feel like they need to mix Zeus Network. Zeus need to become like, y'all need to just merge, because Oxygen and Zeus was on the same level as far as I'm concerned.
But the whole thing with Zeus is like, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, what's the guy? Lemmy? Lemmy's in charge. Lemmy is the one who be doing everything. Lemmy.
Only one? He's a partner.
He not even, it's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 of them. D Storm, King Batch, and Amanda Cerny, which is a white girl. All 4 of them are in business, but they own the company, but they let him be the figurehead, because y'all keep saying this is a black owned company, it's a black owned company. It's not black owned if you got the white girl up there. And
minority owned. That's what that means. Minority. Yeah. Somebody's a minority in this bitch.
And that nightcap, finish it off. That nightcap thing, like I said on my little video I did of it, I don't see how her telling the world that she gave you $6,000 over the course of y'all friendship is the lowest of the lows. You were attacking
I
that
didn't
lady.
either.
You were attacking that lady's character. And like, you can call me a bad friend. I'm never going to tell the world what I did for you because I know I wasn't a bad friend. But they already don't like her. So it wouldn't be hard to believe for a lot of people that she was a bad friend to you. So if they already don't like her and they already don't see it for her, and you're saying she's a bad friend in every interview you do, including the interview she did with y'all, then yes, I got to come out and let it be known that if I'm such a bad friend, then why was I giving you money randomly here, there, and everywhere? And then Humpwig talking about that lady mama, them is fighting words. Like, I don't know if Mel is a fighter.
Girl, when she said that Miss
She's
Van was
spreading it
spreading,
wide
I
and
said, Tisha, be careful. Be careful.
you better choose your words
Let me
carefully.
tell you something, because this is why I can't be on a reality show right
Me
now, y'all. I'm gonna look.
neither.
I cannot be on a reality show because the first time somebody says something like that about my sweet mama, I'm telling you, especially if it's somebody that I can go touch. All y'all online, like fuck y'all. But see, if it's somebody that I can go and pull up on,
Girl, you just
spreading it wide after your mama done talked all of that shit about my kids, after your mama done been all up in my face, eating off my table, and got the audacity for you to turn around and walk your bow-legged ass out there with that fake ass laugh on Carlos stage with no chairs and talk about my mama spreading it wide while your mama got two boyfriends and you're trying to hook her up with Destiny Daddy, but Destiny Daddy
don't.
talking about he fucking with Miss Marlene. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Tisha. Mel is better than me.
She better than all of us. Don't forget, yo mama. Like, how you gonna talk about somebody mama spreading it wide and busted it open, and then said the same thing about that lady? Like, you know who has been in her coochie and who she's been throwing the coochie at, who's caught it. Your mama is the one who got up on national television and said, I could teach you how to pick up a bottle with your coochie. Woman, we don't want to know that. I don't need those visuals.
Girl,
Give
when
me
she
your
said
English.
putting that bottle, put y'all really like. I feel like they be sitting. Y'all don't know. Carlos is the agent of chaos. First the fuck
He
all.
is.
Anybody that's that giddy, he was so giddy to go and get them bottles. Y'all, that's nasty as fuck. Like to me,
Ugh.
it's funny because how you gonna sit up here and say that Miss Van was busting it wide open and spreading it and all of this for the other one of the brothers.
Mark, the
Yeah,
one that's
she was.
crazy.
So basically, let me explain, y'all. So if you didn't watch the nightcap, I believe they were talking about what Mel said about Tisha's daddy being in her DMs.
They were.
And she was like, oh, well, he could be in her DMs if he wants to, because she and her mama be busting it wide and spreading it low and all of this shit. And when she said that, I was like, not saying that about that lady
Yeah, because
mama.
she said
Because
the
that
only
lady mama is so sweet. And when I tell y'all, Wanda is extremely disrespectful. And I still feel like Mel has never said anything to that extent. Like Mel has never called your mom a hoe, even though your mom has called herself one.
that lady admitted, and like if you could read between the lines when it comes to Wanda, that lady has admitted that she was possibly out here selling that coochie back in the day, and she was throwing it around and trying to get a little two pennies to rub together because she said her brother told her and many other people, and she says that when you can't sell coochie no more, then you sell plates. And the plates are disgusting. So I figure you got out the selling coochie business because you wasn't making a lot of money. And then it say that, Miss Van and Miss Melody Cherie, formerly Holt, was, busting it wide and spreading it open. The only difference is one likes them old and one likes them young. What does that say about you and your family? The fact that you could get up here and talk about these women like that. Like, have they got up here and called you out your name and said you was all types of hoes and you was out here selling coochie? Because I said your mama probably was out here selling coochie and she admitted it multiple times. Stop playing with me, Humpwig. Like, I felt
Ricardo, I gotta go.
okay.
Because you've been on here for a minute and I got people waiting. I appreciate you though, because it's good conversation, but we're gonna talk later.
Okay.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all follow her. She got her own YouTube page. All right. Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. Hey, love.
Hey. I'm glad that you like my gift.
I sure did. I appreciate it. It's very nice. Thank you.
Yep, and I like the picture, your Instagram picture, and I've just followed you on Instagram.
Oh, good. I'm gonna follow you back. So what you got about this show, love?
Yeah, I was gonna say Dr. Nicole, she should have spent more time with Shorty, because I didn't see her not have one-on-one with her. at all. She could have
Not
done
one.
her before Kenneth, and then I'm glad that Shorty kicked Kenneth out. That was a good idea, getting on this show just to do that. And Shea and Rick Ross, they might last the longest, but like I said, like you say, it might just be 5 years at the most. And then Curtis and Charlena,
No, I gave Otis and Charlena the 5 years because of the baby. I ain't got nothing to say about Alfonso and Shay because they just toxic. So we just gonna have to wait and see on them.
Yeah, and Curtis and not Curtis, but Otis and Charlena, she blind. Love is blind, just like her. You said I think he trapped her with that baby.
I do too. I do. It seemed like the perfect way to make sure her ass don't go no fucking way.
Yeah, when he can go out and cheat, because I think he was messing around with that Milan girl, was trying to.
I can't wait to find out what was said on the reunion next week.
Yeah, and then Monique, I'm glad that Monique and Chris are able to show us something different. They're being painted in a better light on this show than on Real Housewives of Potomac. I like Carlos, her working with Carlos better than Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
I think that Carlos is better than Andy. Andy to me is the Pillsbury Doughboy of Bravo. So, and Carlos is the new king of OWN. So, and then speaking of Bravo, them Black Housewives shows, I think that Carlos King should host them and let Andy host the White Wives shows. I think it'll be more of a better balance because he treat them White Housewives better than the black ones, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already know.
And he has his favorite. He treat all the white ones the same, but the black ones he have his favorites among them.
Yes.
So, but getting back, and I think that Winner, I think they giving her a hard time, especially Ashley. She the most judgmental one out of everybody on the show. And I'm like, you and your relationship ain't that perfect. Make sure your house is clean before you try to throw spray at somebody else's house. And then on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I think Marcel, he's a dog face pit bull, he with duck lips. Who talks to his wife in riddles.
He's exhausting. I would be like, just stop talking to me, nigga. Like he wouldn't even be able to say anything to me because if he wasn't gonna just answer me like directly, I wouldn't have time for it. Like, just shut up, just be quiet, shh, be quiet.
Yeah, I like Bernard the way, but Bernard out of everybody seemed like he was the realest family member. He was really getting in his behind, and he seemed like he was getting somewhere with him. The rest of them was just, I thought it was too soft. But I feel like that's Tisha's fault for not saying anything. For not putting her foot down. So she need her family to back her up. And then that truck, Wanda's truck, oh my goodness, that was a waste of money. If I was Marcel, I wouldn't loan her no money the way she talked about him.
He gonna use it to get her to shut up. And probably y'all see how she talked about him on Scotty's panel. I mean, on Scotty's interview with her, right? To me, that was a sign that this money is to shut her up, basically.
Yeah, and I feel like that truck looked as bad as them kitchen sink potatoes on that platter that she put out there on the internet. So I'm just like, you need to take that money and buy a new truck.
Yeah, it's sad. And then she was like, "It's good as new. It's gonna run." It's like, girl, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. You don't have none of the like just lying for no reason.
No, it's rusty, too rusty and dusty.
All right, love. Thank you so much, Tony, for coming on. I appreciate you, and I appreciate my gift. We'll talk later, love.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for letting me come on. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, come on, Jesse Ray, my love. Let's do it.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I got a sick toddler, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet before she starts making some noise on this live today. But I just wanted to say, like how I said yesterday in your live chat, I really do believe that Wanda is like Tina Turner's mama. She definitely sees what it is that Marcel brings to the table as far as finances, and sees him as a way out for her whole family. Because when she explained who was going to be manning the truck, and then even when they got to the whole dinner scene with Marcel and T-Man, and T-Man sitting there acting like he a businessman to talk to Marcel and tell him, oh yeah, because we gonna do this and we gonna do that. And it's just like, y'all are all sitting here looking at this man as y'all way out. And that to me is another layer in why I think Tisha stays, because I think one, she sees where she came from and she doesn't want to go back to that, and seeing that, her cousin and all these people are having like these marital problems, and that's forcing her to stay. Also, too, I think Marcel was kind of like Ike in the idea that he knows that he's given Tisha a better life. And that's why yesterday when he was just like, oh, I provide for her and that's it. And it's just like, as a husband, do you think the only thing you need to do is provide financially? Like, there's so many other things that you're supposed to do as a husband. But in his mind, thinking that she's from the other side of the tracks, and Tisha allowing Wanda to be in their relationship the entire time, he knows that that's where he has that, okay, shh, please. He knows that that's where his little level of I can get away with cheating is going to come from, because Wanda's going to look the other way if she can stay in his pockets. And to me, I think Tisha has been in Bessemer. She's a big fish in a small pond, and Wanda has bigged her up ever since she went to college, because she has done better than the other ones. But now that she got to Huntsville and she's around people like Kimmy and Mel and these women who are actually doing it, she's a smaller fish in a big pond. And instead of her just trying to make herself better, she would rather hate. And that's what that after Carlos special was to me, because the fact of the matter that Tisha went and brought Miss Van in it, and Miss Van is the nicest person on the cast. Like, I want Mel.
That lady don't bother nobody, bro.
She don't bother nobody. That lady go and say her prayers at night and watches her grandkids, and she's chilling. And so the fact of the matter that Tisha stooped that low and then tries to hide behind it with that fake ass laugh was a lot for me. And I hope that
I hate it.
And I think that they're scared low key because Martell gave them the leeway to disrespect Mel because he's disrespected her for seasons. But to me, Wanda overplayed her hand by bringing up Sugar Mama. And now Martell and Mel are back being a team. And at the end of the day, when they're back, you might as well call them the Petties. Because when they're petty, together. They can't really focus on anybody else because they're going at each other so hard. But now that they team up and their petty is directed at one person, I hope for this reunion, because of how Marcel and Tisha and Wanda have acted, that we stop with the innuendos. Let it be known that you and Marcel had an apartment together. Spray it all out, because at this point, Tisha, she's corny as hell to me, because you let your mom be your mouthpiece and you let your family be your mouthpiece too. Because when they were coming at Marcel, she stood by for a quick minute and let them talk, and then backed up what it was that they said. And I'm just like, how much money do y'all need that you're gonna allow your country ass family to come on here and embarrass you? Like, are y'all not thinking about long-term business deals? Like, it was just a bad look overall. And on top of that, I think Destiny at this point should know that she chose wrong. And she looks extra corny to me, because the fact of the matter that you can sit up there and say that you and LeBaric's marriage, y'all divorced,
was ruined by his mom.
Because he couldn't leave and cleave. And then when Carlos points out the same in Letitia's marriage, you're like, well, no, that's different. And it's just like, no, it's the same exact thing. Honestly, the only reason why they're still together is because Tisha fits his mold of what his family should look like because he's a businessman, and in order for him to make these business deals, he needs to look like the perfect husband, and he has everything together. But underneath that, he knows that Wanda, aka Tina Turner's mama, is always going to eventually tell her to go back to him because Wanda is scared for Tisha to come back to Bessemer and the projects, and to me, Wanda attaches Tisha's accomplishments as
To
her own
herself
because she
because
never
she
had any.
exactly. Which is honestly why I think when she said in Scotty's interview that she has 50% of Tisha and Marceau has the other
Yep.
50% of Tisha, I said that's exactly what it is. She joking and she laughing. And I feel so bad for Tisha sometimes because I think Tisha is one of those ignorance is bliss type people. And I think it's the same thing for Destiny. I think Tisha and Destiny have that in common
Yep.
where they're okay with lying as long as it makes them feel comfortable. And that's the thing about Tisha that I can't get with. I think Tisha lies to herself and lies to everybody else so that she can feel good about the decisions that she's making. But her mom, to me, never really, from what I've heard, wasn't really emotionally supportive. And I think Tisha equates the love with the way Wanda is always going after people on her behalf. Like she feels like that's the only way that her mom really shows her love because you can tell Wanda doesn't have any emotional intelligence. Like
None.
you ever seen her like really pour into Tisha in a real, you know what I'm saying? Like in a positive, good way. It's always you better than them. It's never you good. Fuck everybody else. You good. What do you need? It's never about Tisha being good on her own. It's always about Tisha in comparison to somebody else. And
Yeah,
that's
I,
bad
I
for me.
completely agree. And I think Wanda values the looks of things. And I think that's why her and Marceau, at the end of the day, get along because they're all about optics and how things look. Because
Exactly.
when I went back and I watched her live where she spoke about Sugar Mama, and the whole live, she was thoroughly, like to the depths of her soul, felt a way about Mel saying that her child Tisha's daddy was in her DMs, and it felt almost like she didn't have the self-confidence and she just didn't know how to not accept what Mel said, but she felt like it was such a direct dig at her. And I think ultimately she's never invested in herself, clearly not in her own education and her speech. And she's always looked at how the optics looks. So when someone comes and they also have the look, but they also have the brain capacity, for Mel to leave Martell and to continue to thrive, I think that Wanda took that as a direct threat, and so did Tisha, because they ultimately don't feel like they can do that. And instead of them appreciating somebody else doing it, their idea is to tear that person's down because you can kind of tell from their family and that whole dynamic that it's a real crabs in the barrel kind of mentality.
Yes, everybody's competing.
Yes.
Everybody's competing. Who's better? Who's best? Like even Tisha's conversation with her cousin Tiffany, I felt like this feels so fucked up to me. You don't even know how many kids that girl got, but you gonna sit up
Girl.
here and act like you a shoulder for her to cry on? That was so weird.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think Wanda has bigged her up to the family, and it just makes sense by what Kimmy has said on the after not the after show, on the reunion last year, when she was just like, Tisha knows she spoiled you, and Tisha admitted it. And I think it's because in that Bessemer area, in that town, she's like the Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, she made something of herself. She moved to the big city, and because she gets so much accolade from them, she then goes into other groups of other circles of friends and groups, and she expects that same kind of reverence. And when people look at her like, nah, dog, like, you cute, you got things going for
Ain't
you,
nobody
but
about to be praising you like you the hope
yeah,
of the town and shit. Where especially when you're standing next to somebody like Mel. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? I think Mel is confident in herself in a way that makes other people who are
insecure.
insecure feel
Mhm.
worse.
Yep, yep,
Especially if
and
you was friends with her. So yeah,
and
I'm
yeah, and you know what? Like I said, honestly, this show, I felt like it was a test run to see if they could hold their own, and they cannot. Like, honestly, you say whatever you want, but Wanda, Tisha, I'm not tuning into a show about y'all and this dysfunctional ass family.
yeah, no, I'm
And
not.
at this point, like I said, I'm kind of glad that, Marcel has been going on this kind of tour, apologizing and realizing his mistakes. And I think that for the Scotts, especially Marcel and Tisha, they should be very scared because they've been allowed to kind of skate underneath underneath the surface because Martell and Mel have been so focused at being petty with each other. But now that they have teamed up because you came at Sugar Mama, who is like the cutest little girl on like social media, like she's so cute. So the fact of the matter that you would even try and throw dirt on this little girl, like who her father is, when we all know it's Martell, it's just like it's a low down and dirty.
Like the baby looked just like Martell. Why would she? I'm still not over her. And then gonna act in her live. She contradicted herself. At first, she was like, "I never said that," and then she was like, "Well, she was talking about my daughter, so I said what I said." Like, bitch, in one moment you lying, the next moment you admitting you said it because somebody said something about your grown ass daughter.
Yes, who can defend herself? And I really hated the fact that she kept referring to, well, this is how black people talk. This is black people words. And it's just like, excuse me, ma'am, you don't speak for the collective. Like this crap that y'all used to get away with saying about good hair and bad hair, light skin and dark skin, like that junk is played out. And obviously you haven't learned because you're still trying, like for her to be in a fight at her age and talking about Bessemer stand up, like lady, all somebody got to do is push you one good time and you're gonna break a hip. I don't know why
Girl.
you acting like you so big and bad.
Just like
And that,
everybody that's, going off what Kiki said about Tisha being a fighter. First of all, we grown as fuck. So ultimately, it doesn't matter if Tisha's a fighter or not. Because once you get to a certain age, don't nobody give a fuck about you beating people up in high school. If you come at anybody grown a certain way, you're going to catch these hands if that's what they on. I don't give a fuck what your record look like, bitch. At the end
okay,
of the day, you showed up to a classy event with your ponytail and your tennis shoes on and didn't bust a grape in a food fight. So I don't want to hear nothing about how hard Tisha is in these fucking comments because I see y'all. But anyway,
yeah,
I appreciate you, Jesse Ray. I'm gonna take two more callers and I gotta go because I got a taping in like an hour. But I
no
appreciate
problem.
you,
Have
Jesse.
a good one.
You too, love.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Come on, Prosperity. Because I know you got a word for me, girl. Come on.
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Hey
what's going
Bond.
on?
Hey Bondi.
How you doing?
Bondi, I need to get in contact with you. I need your insight. You need to listen to this stuff because you have a video that you don't even know about yet. But you need to listen
What?
to the stuff I got with Wanda. And you need to break it down.
Okay. Did you how you send it? Email it to me. Email it
It won't
Bondy.Brittany.
let me send the files. I'm trying. I tried to put in the Discord because this heifer tried to fake like she knew, like she was smart. Talking about some going on my to my another YouTuber channel talking about, and if she played the tape, I'm a sewer. Bitch, I'm like Tasha K. I ain't got it, and you so ignorant that you don't even know that Alabama is a one party state. So, lady, get out my face. I wasn't even gonna I wasn't even gonna do nothing with this shit at first. But since now you want to keep playing and talk about people's kids and you talking about suing people, oh, you got me all the way messed up, child. That's what you're not gonna do is play with me.
Child, you ain't even gotta send it to me. Based off
So
just what you telling me, it sounds like Wanda. See, Wanda, this is what you get for being so enthralled and getting attention from people that you getting on phone calls and video chats with people that you don't know, telling all your fucking business. And then when they get online and talk about it, now you want to sit up there and talk about you gonna sue somebody? Okay, go ahead, girl.
exactly. She got me all the way fucked up. I'm a Pisces. We ain't got the sense God gave us. It's two of us, and you don't know which one you're gonna get on what day. And today, it's the wrong one. Um, T Man, why do T Man look like a T Bug? What is going on with them kids? Them people, that boy looks retarded. God forgive. I'm sorry, I don't know the correct word right now, but girl, go run. Please don't let him be your baby daddy, cause that ain't a good look. I would not have wanted him to tell nobody on national TV that I was pregnant by him. What are you doing? We're not gonna do that. I'm not signing a paper for y'all to sit there and let people know that I'm having sex with this man. This man is a mess. That damn food truck is out of business already because he gonna be embezzling, trying to buy Pampers and Similac and paying for his lawyer fees and court fees and alimony out of it. The other girl, her husband had already left her. She got 5 kids. That damn truck is out of business. They ain't even got off the damn ground yet.
Did
Marcel,
you
your $40,000 is gone.
did you
Don't
hear
do
what
it.
he said? The condoms, that's old stuff. I said not condoms, old is
Huh?
old stuff. The brother, when they were talking about how he got that girl pregnant, and she was like, "So you having unprotected sex, and you're not even divorced yet?" And he was
Yes,
like,
he said.
"Protected sex, that's old." I said, "That's old."
Yes, old school. I put that on my goddamn Twitter. I said, when you gotta to look like this, talk about wearing condoms is old school, and y'all this the dude y'all let run up in y'all raw.
That's what
Ain't
I
no
said. That poor
goddamn
young girl.
way.
That poor young girl that probably don't know no better. Them poor young girls out there in the country. I'm sorry, y'all. They do y'all a disservice in them school systems in the Bible Belt because they don't want to teach y'all nothing about reproductive organs and birth control in y'all body. So y'all out here letting do nothing, know nothing, have nothing ass niggas shoot your club up, and then turn around and act like you don't know nothing about birth control because it's old fashioned to protect his Johnson. Oh Lord,
Did you
it's
see
too
the
much.
stepdad? The
Wanda,
stepdad with
what did
the
you go
damn
wrong,
skull
Wanda?
cap? Did you see the
It,
skull cap on the gold shirt? I said, then that's your husband, and you out here
I
talking about
missed
people.
that. I missed that.
Your husband, it says Tisha's stepfather. Go back and watch it. This man got on a
I did
gold shirt
see.
with
I
a
did
goddamn
see.
tank.
I did see. Girl, listen. I'm the way Wanda act. I feel like y'all need to check on Wanda husband. Is he okay? See if
Got
he needs
him.
some help.
Child, I want to see the boyfriend now. But Wanda said she will know if Marsu got more babies out here. Because if you find a baby that don't look like it got a top row of teeth, that's Marceau's baby. Because none of his kids look like they got a top row of teeth. I said, you do know them your grandkids, right?
She said that.
She
Wanda said
said
that none of
that.
her kids, none of her grandkids
None
look
of
like they
his,
got a huh?
none of Marsu kids look like they got top row of teeth. That's how you would know if Marsu got a baby in these streets. If it don't look like he got top row teeth, that's Marsu's child. That's what she said.
That's what Wanda said.
That's what Wanda said.
Wanda said that about
Teach your kids and whoever else got kids by Marsu.
Tisha. That
But
lady don't love you, Tisha. I know you
at
think she
all,
do, but that lady don't love you. That lady, if
at all.
that lady don't love you, Tisha. I'm sorry, and I hate it because I feel like we laughing about it because it's really, but it's really not funny for your
It's
mom,
not, but
for your
the
mom to
way
be like
Tisha acts.
that.
I don't even care no more. What they do to her is what they do because you don't want to act like you see these things. You act like we going to everybody is against you. Everybody's hating on your marriage, girl. No, we trying to let you see that your marriage don't care about you. Your mama don't care about you. The people that's supposed to love you the most are dogging you out the most. Every time Marsu gets on a goddamn on live, he's subliminally talking to his girlfriend. No man, no husband gets on live every time and embarrass their wife to let their girlfriend know. Like I told you, baby, I'm just doing this for now. We're gonna be together. Got business tied up. We got the kids. I'm not here because I love her. I'm just here because I gotta be. If she don't see that, something ain't right. Wanda thought that Wanda sat here and told us about the daggone cookout that she was cooking for. But did y'all hear her kept saying it's a lot of projects around here? It's a lot of projects around here. And did y'all see the people on the live? Wanda was feeding the homeless. That's why they was going up there for 3 and 4 plates. It wasn't because your food was good. It was because they were hungry, baby. What else you think a homeless person gonna do? Turn it down?
Not with all of them potatoes and shit. That's gonna last them a nice little bit. You eat. That's why people eat starches because they stay in your stomach longer when you ain't got no food like that.
Thank you, Bondi. But this lady, something I'm doing an event, and it's a big event. No, you were cooking for the homeless. It was like I guess a neighborhood
Just
thing.
admit you feeding the homeless. That we'd have more respect for you.
Exactly. But
I
child,
couldn't.
and all I see Bernard, I got a phone call with Bernard. Bernard is a whole goddamn mess. He could call Wanda out on her bull crap and
Not
everything.
Bernard that was sitting in the back seat threatening
Yes,
people on her
ye-
behalf. What he
yes, he
said?
did. Bernard was driving the car this time. Bernard, she said, "Well, Mel walked to my table and I was being nice to." He said, "No, the fuck you wasn't. You cussed that girl out. You was not being nice." And then Tisha tried to get in it. Tisha was walking over there when Wanda rolled up behind her, behind Mel. Tisha saw it coming and she started walking over there. She was Wanda was saying, she was like, let my mother go. My mother about to do what she do. And the dude was like, yeah, because Tisha wanted to fight too. Tisha was walking that way. So y'all was going to try to jump Mel. If this what I'm hearing, it's on the tape for verbatim.
So he
Everything
was
they said.
basically not on their side after the fact.
At child.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is what I know. I'm gonna let you go, but this is what I noticed. I do think that Tisha and Wanda and them act like they cool with their family, but they really just be trying to use their family. And when their family find out that they're being used and they're not getting what they thought they was gonna get out the situation, then the family won't flip flop. I think it's the same thing that happened with Kiki.
It is because Kiki told me. I talked to Kiki. Kiki told me she was supposed to be on the show. They took her spot. They told Mel. They told the people whatever they said, whatever that thing is that we supposed to find out next week. And also, after they got on the show, they kept asking Tisha, would Kiki want to film? And Tisha kept saying, "Nah, I don't think she want to do it." And she wouldn't even tell Kiki that they was asking about her. So when Mel gave her the opportunity, she took it.
Honestly, I
That's
feel
what
like,
happened.
because I see a lot of conversation. Essentially, this show is an opportunity for everybody that's on it, and you would think there would be more appreciation for the
Hmm.
two people who've been carrying this show on their back for the last 3 seasons. I don't like
Hmm.
Martell, but essentially, Mel and Martell have carried the show on their backs for three
Exactly.
seasons. And if, I don't understand, like there are a lot of people in the comments that, y'all really don't like Mel. And I don't know why y'all watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, because it's her
Exactly.
show. I don't know if y'all know, it's technically her show. I don't know why y'all watch it if y'all don't like her that much. But
And
either
my
way,
thing is, they go more at Mel. They give Martell grace. That's
yeah.
only because he know where all the bones are buried. If he didn't know where the bones were buried, there would be something different. But for some
That's why I
reason,
can't wait to see this fight between Marceau and Martell what actually happened. And I really, really want Martell to spray the information because I feel like he be holding on to it.
yes. And Wanda said it was definitely Martell and Martell and Marceau who was tussling, and then Maurice gave the speech trying to save face because he still don't want Martell to tell what he know about his ex. I said that in part.
Right.
All of
It's
them.
crazy.
And when you see Bernard, do you not say "dang" from the Fire Heartbeats? Because that's all I saw
Okay.
was
Okay.
nice like this. I wish
Raindrop.
raindrops would fall. That's all I saw.
I saw Golden Lord when I saw him. I thought he looked like one of the Golden Lords from Media Man to me.
You,
Okay. But
you
listen,
know I'm a
Prosperity.
fool because I put his face on top of Eddie Kane's on my Twitter page.
On your Twitter, I'm gonna go look. That's too stupid. I'm gonna go look. But thank you so much for
All
calling.
right,
I
babe.
always appreciate you coming through with the tea. All
All
right.
right, babe. You be safe.
You
Enjoy the
too.
rest of your week.
You too. Y'all know I'll be back up here for y'all. All right. Come on, Adrian. You my last caller, boo.
What's happening, baby? Can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing?
Girl, good. How you doing?
I'm all right, girl.
Girl, okay, so let me get into it. I know you said you had stuff to do. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So I don't want to see this Wanda family spinoff thing, whatever it is they try to do. I don't want to see no parts of it. I'm tired of them showing black people in this light on television. And no, Carlos, we don't no nobody want this. Tisha's family scene, it was giving skit. It just felt real rehearsed. The whole thing about them ganging up on Marcel. It just didn't feel authentic to me at all. Marcel's sniff test was absolutely disgusting. This man, there is nothing endearing about him. His face is just ugly. I wouldn't want to wake up to that. His teeth are disgusting. He doesn't like he has good dental hygiene. Did you see, Prosperity was saying that when they did the live when they were on vacation, did you see what he said about the rumors if the role was reversed and there were rumors
Yes.
about her, he
He
wouldn't
said he
stay
would
with
leave
her?
her. He said,
I
I would be so
can't
cool.
like
I would leave.
I just and Tisha's sitting up there just grinning and skinning and grinning, looking stupid. I can't. I just to me, and then she's like, I'm not naive. No, girl, you're stupid at this point. I don't feel sorry for you because he just said that on live in front of millions of people. He's disrespected you left, right, and center on this show, and you can continue to stay there. I can't stand what they're trying to destroy a family. No one's trying to destroy anything. Your husband is embarrassing you and it's making you look stupid. Um Tiffany searching for her dad. I understood that my father was adopted. I remember he found his birth parents when he was like early 30s, and you never know what you can find. Like somebody else said, Ancestry, 23andMe. Be careful with that. I ended up finding out that my mother's best friend growing up was actually her sister on Ancestry. So yes,
Wow.
so the woman popped up as a match to me on Ancestry. Come to find out, this is my grandfather's outside baby. So anyway, you never know what you will find. Yeah,
Oh,
grew up as my mom's best friend. She lived down the street. So you never know what you will find. But at this point, I think that's probably the only way she's gonna be able to find out. Because her mom, like I said, she seemed like when she was one of them white girls that, like, you know how they like to rebel against their families with black dudes, and kind of it's like living dangerously. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? To be with
yes,
these, it seemed like
exactly.
that's the kind. You know how the ones we grew up with. It seemed like that's the kind that she was at. And after that one man came back negative, her mom said her mom dropped it. She probably don't know. She probably
Yeah,
threw a
it's
name
not
out
like it's
there.
fighting and bop, right? Fighting and
Yes,
bopping. Okay.
all up and down them streets and hanging with black dudes, and was one of them white girls that was known to hang with black dudes. She probably couldn't tell you who your daddy was. So I think one of the DNA tests is probably one of her, her best bet. But yeah, like that thing with Marcel just really, really bothered me because I feel like he know who to pick. Because a woman like you and myself will run intellectual circles around him. He know who to pick with that. Love and Marriage DC. I understood Monique and Chris and the whole thing about him from Alabama, she from DC. My husband's from Dallas. I'm from Cleveland. So sometimes when we were first together, I didn't understand him for like the first year. Like, but it is that like that. Sometimes you just speak two different languages. But and then sometimes when you deal with these really, really good dudes, you have a good dude, and they're kind of looking like, well, what else do you want? I'm providing, I'm faithful, we got these kids, I'm a good guy, like I'm a good catch. What else is it? And it just goes back to that old adage, like, what you do to get her, you gotta do to keep her. And I think sometimes men fall off too. They say women fall off and get comfortable, we get married and gain, but men fall off too. They think, okay, I'm
They
good,
sure do.
yeah, I gave her everything she wanted. What else is there to complain about? And they don't realize that, no. And as also relationship change, I think that they probably also agreed upon certain things that would change after he retired that she's wanting more of. But I don't understand why this woman is so exhausted all the time. You got the money to get help. Why, if you got all these jobs, like
Because
get a nanny,
I'm gonna
get
tell you,
a assistant. What is
y'all
going
know how
on?
it is. Y'all know how it is. She probably feels like, and this is just based off what I know of Monique on Real Housewives of Potomac too. But it feel like to me, if she wasn't handling everything herself, then people would make it seem like she was just living off him and she wasn't doing her part. Especially like as a black mom, I think black moms, even when they do have money, it's harder for them to want to go and seek out that type of long-term, help because
Right.
makes it seem like, oh, I can't handle my kids on my own. Like,
But
look
she,
at Jamie and Arena. When we saw Arena
right.
didn't know how to cut that fucking onion, it was like, well, what you be
Mhm.
doing all day? Like,
Well, but the difference is she is doing something. She
oh
does
yeah, she have
have
her own
jobs. So
business.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. If you it's not like I'm a broker, right? So I deal with rich women on the Upper East Side of Manhattan that don't do anything but sit at home and get their hair blow dried all every day. So that's women who, and they have nannies and stuff. That's a woman who, okay, why aren't you taking care of your kids? At least Monique has some jobs and she has things that she's doing. And I saw her on interview with DJ Richie Scott, and she
Yeah, I
talked
saw
about how she really wanted to get out of the house and do more things. So it's like, if you need help in that situation because maybe your husband can't handle it or he just not really good at that, organize or
right.
whatever, it seems like she would do well to get somebody where she can put things together and get somebody to just execute, and that will kind of put her mind at ease and knowing that the house is ran the way she would want it to while she's out doing these other things. But
I
the other part of that,
I was gonna say I think that's like harder said than done because like
yeah.
and I'm saying this just from my personal experience with just like thinking about getting an assistant to help me with my YouTube. Like it is
Mm-hmm.
so hard to like want to give up control or passwords or just any type of in on my shit that they could possibly take it and run with it or change paths. You never know. So like
Yeah.
for me, if I was her, especially in their position, they're on television, young couple. He is a rich, like you're gonna have to get you one of them Marias or like some real old ass lady with no teeth. Like, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
be as a woman with a husband at their age range. Is so many factors when you're bringing in other people to help. So I feel like she probably feels like it's better for her to do it herself. Like, how many of us are
Mm-hmm.
like that? Let me just do it myself. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And
you
she
tired?
gives me very,
So,
very type
yes,
A,
yes,
and she'll
that's what I
probably be
get.
micromanaging, and I
Yes.
get it. But I just want, if it will,
No,
my
I
thing
agree with
is,
you. I agree with you,
if
but I
it
just
will alleviate
yeah, no, I agree. I
some
think she
of
should
what
too.
she's talking about.
Yes, I agree. I think she should. I just understand how it could be difficult.
And it's cringy to me. I know they're on a reality show, whatever, and people need to understand. Look, married people fight. Like me and my husband are married 8 years, going on 9 this August. We fight. I was getting on his nerves last week. It is what it is. I don't mean to head her for divorce court, but I do caution how much you should put on television, because I remember we were in premarital counseling, and our deaconess told us, as church folk, we don't have arguments. We have intense fellowships. So we always we have intense fellowships, okay? But the only last thing I want to say about DC, Irena seems sad to me. She
Yes.
seems sad. She seems like Jamie shuts down her voice, because on the preview for the next episode, he was like, some about save them tears. It seemed like she just has learned to just keep her head down, be quiet, and she did find it seemed like she had an emotional affair. Like
Yes,
she may
probably.
not have ever touched anybody, but she had an emotional affair, and I think it scared him knowing that she could open up like that. It's like, yeah, she could open like that because she's not getting whatever from you, but
Hello.
he's so misogynistic. You know what I'm saying? He still can't give her what she just seems sad. I don't want 26 years of sadness just to say I made it 26
Girl,
years.
is it not giving you Tisha in 20 years? Like,
It is. It head down, because let me not, like you said, let me not rock the boat. He pays for everything. Everybody think I should just be quiet. That's why I put in the chat earlier. He's a quote unquote good guy, so I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't have anything to complain about.
right. And I think that's so unfair, like to
Hmm.
women, like to say, because I feel like, in relationships, period, you can sometimes get to a point where something's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I feel like as a woman, you're always being told to like just take it. Just be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't
Hmm.
embarrass him. It's about his image. Don't hurt him. But it's like, what
Right.
about you? Like,
And
what
then
about
what does their new stage look like as about to be empty nesters? Because after they
hello?
do figure out what to do with their son in terms of him being able to be independent and living on their own, or what does that new phase look like? It looks like he's not the type of guy that would be able to even sit down and talk about that.
Right.
And that's really frustrating to see. But like I said, I don't want to be 26 years just to say I made it 26 years.
It seems like she don't have a lot of voice in
Mm-mm.
her relationship.
Mm-mm.
As beautiful as she is, and the one thing that I really don't like that they're doing, and that's why I say she remind me of Tisha, is that on the show it looks like you're being quieted for your husband's feelings, and then online
Mm-hmm.
it looks like y'all are doing the, oh, we good over here. I don't know what y'all
Right.
talk. Like, don't play with us. Like, don't get on the show and look like a man that's taking a lot of liberties with his wife and her being quiet about what he does, and then get online and act like everybody else tripping when they see it. Like,
Have they
that's
come? I wonder how much DC is going to do the social media thing like Huntsville did. Have they come out and said stuff? Because I didn't. I don't follow the DC couple.
little stuff, but not a lot. So for instance, Jamie
Mm.
and Arena have done like the posting pictures together to show everybody we good over here, that type of shit. And
Mm.
then I've
That's
seen
because they see how horrible he's coming off on screen.
yep. And then they've done things like be mad at Love and Marriage Huntsville cast for not promoting their show the way they feel like they promoted Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I'm
So
gonna have to
yeah.
go back and look at that because I don't follow them. I have to go back and look. But
Yeah, I follow
yeah,
everybody,
girl.
right before the show started, because people was already telling me that they had mess with Silver. So that's why I went in and
Oh
just
wow.
followed everybody so I could be abreast.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check them out. But that was all I had, girl. I know you said you had to go.
I do. I gotta get myself ready for another recording in like 45 minutes. So I
All right,
appreciate you
love.
so much,
Of
Adrian.
course, as always, babe. I'll talk to you later. Have a good
All
one.
right. You too. Bye
All
bye.
right.
All right. If you didn't get in this time, y'all know we'll do this again next week. Okay. I appreciate y'all so much for coming through. And listen, I know that there are a lot of people in the chat, and I would just, I would impress upon y'all that once y'all realize that, people aren't, y'all got to remember that some of the people aren't, regular people. They, and I say regular meaning, something ain't all the way right up there. So they just be on a typing shit. So y'all don't have to go back and forth with them like that. I see y'all in the chat. I'm not paying no mind to people at the end of the day. Okay, y'all heard what I said, right? Y'all heard what I said during this video. Or I guess then whoever in the chat that felt, that much differently than me, it didn't really matter, huh? Because once the live is over, all that's available eventually is the regular chat. So all that matters is what I said. So Okay, listen, y'all ain't gotta argue amongst one another. It's all good. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. And I will see y'all later on today. I'll probably be back this evening. If not, it'll be tomorrow for Real Housewives of Dubai, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Love Match. All right. See y'all later. Bye.